Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I'll be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, my name is Macy, and I will be playing Aldora.
Yo, what up? I'm Demetrius, and I play Castor.
Hey guys, what up? I'm Kevin and I play Malachi.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I play Kiriki.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan, and I play Andrak.
Oof. Don't you ever use the word Andrak in that tone again. You make it deep, or not at all. I did not like that. That did not get my jollies up like when he talks. Dylan, give me a quick Andrak.
Hello, my name is Andrak.
Oh yeah, keep going.
I like boats.
Let's
You
not.
like boats?
So, before we get into what is going to be the beginning of this episode, which is something we've been thinking about for a week now, the massive damage that everybody's going to take, I wanted to take this opportunity to dip into people's backstories a little bit. Kind of see a little insight, and not in the traditional sense of, hey, let's make a story about your parents, or hey, tell me where you grew up, or something like that. No. I wanted to dip into the embarrassing parts. I want to know an embarrassing story from everybody's background. And I thought I would start with Palace. And about 7 years before she was, brutally betrayed by her best friend and stabbed in the chest while she thought they were just harmlessly dueling, as one does. They were actually at a wood lodge where they were making spear shafts, arrows, bows. It's deep in the woods. It was by a river. And she saw a river nymph, a little cute guy. He had a dashing hair, a great smile, and she's pretty sure they shared a look. You know how it is sometimes they're not really sure. But, she went over to him and she was like, hey, how's it going? He was like, hello. But he was, focused on making the shafts of the arrows, making sure they were all straight and they were all the same size. And then he was picking up spears and working on those. And she was like, spears, I know about those. And he was like, oh, do you use them? And she goes, no, but I know about them. She said, if you pivot with your foot and kneel down, you can use the butt of the spear to catch their ankle while you sidestep. And it throws their balance off so you can thrust upwards into their ribs. It's clean, efficient, and a lot of times they'll be dead before they even know. But they'll be punished for overcommitting. And she smiles and he just kind of stares at her. And she's like, okay, I can hit them with a little bit more. I've trained with Athena. I can do this. So then she's like, well, if they have a shield, okay, what you want to do is you want to hit the rim of the shield just slightly so you slide past it. And then you go right up into the lungs. But the main reason that you squat down is because there's two really big arteries in there. So there's a big spray of blood. So you want to make sure that you're squat down so that none of it gets on you. You don't want to get blood in the eyes. And she's smiling. She's proud of herself. And he puts the spear down, just looks at her and says, somebody's calling my name. And he walks away. And that is the first and last time Palace ever tried to flirt.
Bless her heart. She tried her best.
Yeah. She never got that date.
Well, maybe she has a chance with Malachi now.
Malachi probably would be into that kind of thing for some reason.
Some people's weird matches other people's weird. Does anybody else want to volunteer a fun little story?
As Andrak is a big lover of boats, and he used to upkeep the vessel he sailed upon with his friends, he would often have to swab the deck, reapply a fine layer of oil to keep it lively and new looking. One time he wasn't paying attention too hard, and while talking to Atalanta off on the side of the boat, he slipped and knocked his head into the edge and was knocked out for 2 hours because the oil was very slick and he wasn't paying attention. And because he's also fucking enormous, nobody could really move him very well. So there's just this huge fucking dude sprawled over the side of the fucking ledge, and they're like, what the fuck do we do?
I mean, you gotta be careful when you're mopping.
You gotta be careful when you're mopping. Kids, take it home. Be careful when you're mopping.
Careful
Don't
when you're
end up
mopping
like
your
Andrak.
deck boat.
Yep.
Malachi once, as he is question mark an agent of mercy, you could say, set out to fulfill an order from Hades once, where he had to go and put down an old man dying of the plague or some kind of illness. And while he was traveling there, it was a really steep and rocky terrain he was trying to traverse. And, normally Malachi's pretty good at traversing terrains. He's a pretty dexterous kind of guy. But one thing led to another, and he ended up slipping on some rocks and ended up rolling down about 40 feet of hill terrain through rocks and debris, and then ended up landing at the bottom of this cliffside, kind of in a cow field, face first in some pie, if you know what I mean. And unfortunately, the village was just right there. So he went ahead, decided he didn't have far to go. Might as well just fulfill the mission. So Malachi once Mercy killed an old man while coated in cow shit, and debris and cuts and bruises from falling down a hill in front of a priest and some other people who respectfully did not question it.
I mean, shit happens. Literally.
All over Malachi specifically.
When Kiriki was younger, because of whatever she is, she grew up looking real awkward. So imagine this little kid with a big mouth and big ass eyes. And like in her teenage phase, it didn't get any better because she was growing awkwardly. You don't get to be 6 foot overnight. You just kind of grow your limbs first, and then the rest of you. Yeah. So she's in an awkward teen phase, and she has left the temple at this point, and she's traveling this village with her awkward teen face, and this old man gifts her a mask just to hide her face.
Oh no!
He said that it was an unfortunate face.
No, not to a child.
I mean, who hasn't been there?
Oh no!
That's an unfortunate face to see.
Yeah, so she loves that mask. She still has it. It's still very useful.
That's a dick.
Brutal, dude.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate face.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate face. Hands somebody a mask. That's so stone cold as a gesture.
I'm gonna use that on somebody at work now.
It's okay.
That's an unfortunate face.
She grew into it, so it just took some time. But
I bet that guy feels stupid now.
Yeah, old men, they say shit they're not supposed to people, especially to young women.
Yes.
God.
So yeah.
I think I have like 2 of them, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use. But the one that would be easier for me to explain is the fact that it probably took her like a week to figure out how to actually mount Ethan, because she kept falling off.
Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
Looking forward to the animated montage of Eldora just trying to get on top of a Tyrannosaurus Rex in various ways.
Yep. Jump using your stomach, slide off the other side.
Sorted step stools.
I'm
A
about to be
ladder
your
at a certain
cushion.
point.
He's just standing there eating something while she tries it.
Trying to climb up a tree and jump out of a branch.
The other one I was going to say was that when she was really young and in training as a warrior, she had accidentally knocked out her teacher.
Ooh. Wasn't an accident? Really?
No, it would have been pure accident. She tripped over something. Most
She
likely
tripped over
just did
something,
that.
impaled her teacher upon her spear. It was like, oh shit, you okay there, fam?
God no.
That's
He's
pretty awesome.
Athenians, always impaling people.
Damn.
Worshippers of Athena, always stabbing their friends with spears.
I mean, at least they're following what Athena did.
It's a good example.
Lead by example, the fine words of Athena.
Castor, what did your old man get up to?
Well, Castor's story is in the same vicinity as Malachi's. Castor spent many years isolated at the entrance of the grove. He didn't interact with anyone, and to spend his time, he very often transformed into various animals and just wandered around in their form and did everything in their form. And his embarrassing story includes himself being a wolf and Ares stepping on something he shouldn't have stepped on and angrily looking who's responsible for it in one of his visits.
Bro.
No.
And him then transforming and hiding as a different animal somewhere. While he hears
Transforming and hiding as a different animal.
Why did this story give me like secondhand embarrassment? Because I couldn't even listen to it. I was like, please, I know what this is. I can't listen to it because I'm like, ugh. Cringe.
Imagine getting the God of War to step in your shit and getting away with it.
It's the hiding. It's the transforming and hiding that gets me.
Yeah.
Just didn't see that.
Maybe that's the reason he defaulted into smaller animals than wolves after that, like a beaver.
Less noticeable.
Oh Lord.
Harder
these are
to see
embarrassing.
poop stains.
I really enjoy sharing moments like these. It's like a fun little calm before a big fucking storm.
Like an explosion.
Hello there, my name is Todd, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak Podcast. This week, I want to do something a little different. I'm actually going to skip the recap because we all know what happened. We all know what's about to happen. I want to talk a minute about our character deaths. I am shocked nobody has died yet. There's been a couple of times where I almost felt cheated because you were so close to it. Malachi should have been dead. If not for what Castor did for him by teleporting him away and healing him, Malachi, gone, out of the game. Castor, last episode, knocked the fuck out. If Aldora had not came up and used her 4d4 but only got 5 healing, oh, it was 7, sorry, 7 healing to get you up, and this happened, Castor, dead, gone, out. Woo. There's a lot of creatures that will knock you out and then keep going through the group. And then there's some of them that will not do that. They'll knock you out, they'll kill you, and then keep going. I actually have an intelligence threshold, or what their background is, or different reasons for what they're doing. Because to me, they all have it. They all have personalities. So there's some of these guys, like that big guy right there. If he had knocked one of you out, he was going to kill you next turn. Like that's what he wanted to do. He was going to kill. So I am surprised. But with the experience that we've had here and the close calls that we've had here, who do y'all think is going to be the next person? I'm sorry. If anyone, who would be the next person to die?
Aldora.
That was quick.
That was real quick.
That was
That
real
was
quick.
waiting
Again,
for that
turns
answer.
Aldora.
You have something you want to share, Macy?
Macy, how many hit points are you sitting at right now?
Actually, I'm doing pretty okay. 94.
You have a lot more than other people.
A lot more.
You're gonna
I'm
be fine.
I've also
I
tried to
am-
stay away from combat as much as possible, like the getting hit part.
That doesn't work.
As Todd said, I am surprised Malachi isn't already dead, so I'm going to put my lots in on saying Malachi would likely be the first to die in this campaign, just because he's squishy and he runs straight headfirst into every enemy they fight.
Yeah,
carefree abandon. So, you know.
Well, I might be able to help you with that if I survive.
So, well, right now, okay. So just a reminder, everybody, that the party's in a room right now that is 20 feet by roughly 60 feet. Malachi is on the other side of this creature by himself. Malachi will have no help anytime soon. Because, despite what I said, you guys are still in initiative. Malachi is going to get blown back. He can make the dexterity saving throw. I'm not too worried about that, but it's still going to hurt, and he's still going to be by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a hard place to be at. And before that, he was right between this creature and the wall. He was by two demons, kind of by himself on the other side of it. It's just a bad place to be.
Yeah.
I don't know why Kiriki survives so well. She runs up there, and I don't know, she just gets real lucky, in my opinion.
She's a melee character built for fighting?
She also has, twice as many hit points as Malachi, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. What's Kiriki's total?
111.
Okay, so it's not twice as many, but Malachi's maximum is 83.
Okay, I thought you had a little more than that. My bad.
I am, as previously mentioned, quite squishy.
Andrak, on the other hand, does have double his hit points.
Castor, how many hit points are you sitting at?
Now or in total?
Both.
Max is 83.
Yo.
Right now I have 51 and 5 temp.
Okay, so you have a good chance of surviving this. If you make the same throw.
Malachi is currently at 70.
Again,
Oof.
good chance. But I'm not worried about you making the same throw, because it's a dex-based save, and all the dex characters, I'm assuming, are just going to pass.
Well, nat ones happen, Todd.
Yeah, we don't want that. The maximum damage that you guys will see from this, or could possibly see from this, is 120. But the minimum is also 20. So it's just a wide range. And it could go so many different ways. So, before we get to it, a couple things. Palace is around the corner. She's actively running away. Because she is around the corner, I was going to give her advantage. But she's actively running away as fast as she possibly can. And whenever you're doing that, you're leaning forward. You're not looking behind you. You're just going. So I am going to give her a straight roll as kind of giving her disadvantage because she's hauling ass. Like the fast-paced moving rules. Another thing, and me and Becca worked together to actually make a new rule because it's come up a couple of times. And I was like, you know what? Let's put this in fucking writing. So, Dylan, this will come in handy for you with Andrak. This is strength base, so Malachi, you will never use this. Someone may push another non-combatant 30 feet out of the way with an athletics check, because it's pushing. The DC, and this is going to be a little math heavy, but it's fine. It is 100 plus strength mod plus the con mod plus the weight of your gear, which most of you had automatically tracked, or you track it yourselves, divided by 15. So, Kiriki, for example, 100 plus her strength mod, times 10. So her strength mod times 10, 20, con mod times 10, 40, plus her gear, 70, because her flask is empty. We went over that. Divided by 15, so the DC to push Kiriki 30 feet by a non-combatant is a DC 15. Not that bad. Every 5 feet below is 10 feet shorter. Every 5 feet above is 10 feet further. Of course, this cannot be done to unwilling creatures, like during combat or something like that. It follows the normal push rules. So, but Andrak could push Malachi about 80 feet. But, so now we have a rule for it in case anybody wants to do it. Becca, why were you asking about this?
Because I wanted to be able to help one person during this. this explosion about to happen, and I figured that Kiriki is not only smart enough, but also fast enough to have a reaction time to be able to do something along those lines. Like, she could see something happening and be able to react.
I don't like agreeing with Becca, but I like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, after some negotiation, I agreed with her. And I am going to let her do that. And anybody can do that to somebody else if they would like, to push them 30 feet out of the way, get them out of the radius of the blast. However, that person will have disadvantage on their dexterity saving throw because they're focused on somebody else instead of themselves. On that note.
Damn. Okay.
On that note, let's talk about options. Now, I'm assuming nobody's going to be able to make it to Pow's with a reaction to push her out of the way, so she's fucked. Castor is next to Kiriki. Adora is next to Andrak. So you guys could feasibly do that. Malachi, you're in the same boat as Pow's. Go fuck yourself.
Yay!
Would Kiriki want to save anyone? And if so, who?
Like I said last session, Kiriki has finally decided that these people are her friends, and she will be pushing Castor out of the way to
Aww.
give him a little space.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Old man brittle, man.
Andrak, you're really the only other athletics option. I mean, I think Aldora has it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Could I argue that because Andrak's entire fighting style is interception, could he instead drag the creature and try to give everybody advantage?
I like where your head's at. However, it's insanely big and weighs like well over a ton, so the answer is no.
Dang.
Different creature. Let's talk about it. This one? No.
Does the
Aldora is probably the only one who can't dodge for shit, besides maybe Castor. So
Yeah, because my dexterity ain't that great.
What?
let's
Fucking great.
shove Aldora out the way so she doesn't get blown to fucking bits.
Okay.
Malachi will be fine down there. We'll just put him back together afterwards.
Yeah, Kevin, you started to talk. Were you gonna say?
I was just gonna
push
ask-
the demon out of the way.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna push the 1-ton demon closer towards the party. Fuck you guys for running away. I'm gonna eat this fully. No, I was gonna ask, this is absolutely just for flavor text, but does this explosion have a concussive force with it, or is it just fire burning all around us?
I would say it must. Like, it's blowing outwards.
Right, okay. I was
Like,
just
you know
wondering if I'm
how-
getting knocked into a wall as well as exploded, or if I'm just catching on fire. That's all I'm wanting to know.
Mechanically, you don't, but I see it as that way. I mean,
Cool. That's all. I'm ready to explode now, Todd.
all right. That's really funny. I like how they added in the text here. It destroys its weapons. She has his sword. Oh no. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna make that part of the game or not. All right. I don't think you were supposed to keep that.
Watch her
Okay.
explode. The sword explodes on her.
Aw. And this is how she died. All right. So let's start with this athletics check by Kiriki and Andrak. If you have inspiration, I'm not saying it's a bad time to use it.
That's a 23 for Andrax.
Okay.
It's an athletics check. Yeah, he backflips Aldora out of the way.
Roundhouse kick.
My
He
athletics
up-parried
isn't
her.
all that great, but it's
You're
not a
pushing
negative.
Castor.
Yeah.
In my mind, because Aldora is behind
You're in a
Andrak,
rage.
Oh,
Yeah, don't forget.
I
you're
am in a
right.
rage.
Don't break the old man's hip.
Does that give me?
It gives
You
Oh,
have
give me a
advantage on
+4.
strength checks.
It increases my strength by +4. So
Whatever
So
your
plus
strength
2 to whatever the mod is.
yeah. So
it will be 17. Right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be 17.
No, 19.
Okay.
Sorry. 19.
So, Castor is a little easier, so I'm going to start with him. What's your strength and con modifiers? Because I know you're almost naked. Because it's really gross every time you lift the robe.
My strength modifier is 1. My con modifier is 3.
Okay, so you weigh less than Kiriki. Her DC was 15. So Castor is fucking gone. She
Where
pushes
exactly?
him. 30 feet back away from Kiriki. If
30
you want to put
feet?
She yeets him.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm going to throw you over here.
Damn.
Because you hit the
Round?
wall and kind of roll a little bit.
Cue pinball
Breaking
sounds.
the old man.
Ding, 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 ding.
She's angry and trying to save someone. Sometimes those don't mix.
Look, it's better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Tough love, tough love.
It's all right. The hedges are soft.
Outdora. This one's going to be a little beefier and a little different. Okay. What is your strength modifier?
2.
You said 2?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your con modifier?
3.
Alrighty. And are you using something that tracks your gear weight?
As far as I know, my current weight is 113.
Well, you do wear plate and carry a shield and have a bunch of weapons, so I guess that makes sense.
2E.
No, you're good. That's why Andrak was pushing you. Andrak, would you like to know the DC to shove her 30 feet?
Sure.
17.
Get flying, bitch.
Oh,
Damn.
Oof.
Okay, so you kind of fall on top of Castor a little bit and roll off him as you just see this ball of fire just go right beside you as all of your friends, your new besties are enveloped in flames. But you do know this means Kiriki and Andrak will be rolling with disadvantage.
Is this a spell effect by chance or no?
It is not a spell.
Cool. Just had to check.
No, you're good. All right. Malachi, Kiriki, Andrak, Palace, dexterity, saving throws.
Oh, I did great.
I'm hoping the other one did great.
We're big chillin' over here.
I will say Palace failed.
Hmm.
Why'd you do that?
Sometimes not doing too great. Andrak, how did you do?
21.
That's a pass. Malachi,
19.
that's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
Kiriki,
20.
that's the DC, so you pass.
Yes.
So we got 2 fails, 2 passes. Now 20d6. You ready?
I want to roll it.
Do it.
What?
Can I roll it?
Fuck it, why not?
Okay.
Y'all might want that to happen. Because I rolled
20d6?
above the average. 20d6.
Shish.
72.
That's a good mix there. Some 6s, a lot of 1s. This is good. 72. So Palace and Malachi take 72 points of damage. Kiriki and Andrak take 36 points of fire damage.
Who takes 72?
Palace and what's his face?
Malachi.
Oh shit, you're most likely down.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You guys will be happy to know that Palace has 69 hit points.
Nice.
Hey! Give her inspiration.
I'm giving her inspiration that I will now use to flee. All right. That was the end of Andrak's turn. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Malachi.
I was just going to say, Malachi is enraptured in flames, flies back against the wall, and falls limp and on fire against the back wall. He is down. And on fire.
Oh, wait, we're on fire.
Are we on fire?
Hold on.
I was saying in his flavor text, but if we want to be on fire, I guess that
Actually,
can
yeah.
happen too.
Um,
Might as well happen, sure.
no, it lights other stuff on fire, but not the people. Well, no, because if they can't get to you, you're dead, so I don't want to say that. I don't want to kill you out of flavor. As fun as that could be.
His clothes are on fire, but he doesn't seem to be suffering from the burns.
Plus, that I gotta say the lady made of water is on fire, and that's weird. All right. at the end of Andrak's turn, Kiriki, it is the top of the next round. You and Andrak kind of ducked out of the way as this thing exploded. Blood, guts, flame, like magma rocks of just flesh and organs are all over the place. You see Malachi against the wall on the other side of the room, flames licking off his beautiful clothes.
Yeah, I'm still in a rage, but unlike, I feel bad for. I watch as Malachi gets ragdolled, but Andrak and Kiriki kind of tank it. After they dodge it, they don't move at all. I think just sheer from Andrak's size and Kiriki being a little bulk up right at the moment. So
Andrak's a wall of a man.
she watches Malachi gets thrown. The other two got pushed out of the way, are safe. I can't see Palace, but I can see Malachi, and I don't see any other enemies because the thing has been downed, correct?
I will say that you heard Palace cry out in pain, because I mean that's a lot of damage. So you gotta cry a little bit.
Yeah. So Kiriki will. Can I make that? Oh yeah, my movement speed is doubled. Yeah, I can make that. I run over to Malachi, and reading my character sheet and looking at my inventory. I know what I have in my pocket.
Hey,
it's a rod of curing.
See what reading does for us. Isn't this nice?
So she'll pull out the rod of curing and poke Malachi with it. It's not a lot, but it's better than being
him? He's
dead.
Unconscious, so let's have some fun with it.
She just kind of puts it. She's in a weird blind rage right now, so she just kind of gently as she can, puts it on his chest.
Puts it in his fucking eye.
Yeah, puts it on his chest, and you heal 4 points of healing.
Oh, good. That's 4 more than I had.
Yeah.
So
you are conscious and not dying anymore. That's a big plus.
Oh, that was an explosion. It exploded. Do they all explode? I don't think they've exploded before.
Get yourself together.
I just exploded, Kiriki. Crawls up to his knees and pats out the small flames on his cloak.
Well, you can do that in a minute.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's Kiriki's gonna end her turn just towering over Malachi.
Jesus, that's scary in itself. It is Castor and then Malachi. Castor, what would you like to do? You are pushed down the hall. You know something everybody else does not. I don't know if you remember it.
No.
Okay, that's fine. So what do you want to do? You're down the hall. You got pushed down there.
And I remember what I don't remember?
I don't know. You're in the thick of combat. Everybody just exploded. I mean, how chaotic would you be?
I will move closer to the demon and the rest of the troop. So I'm
it's
in a more
that you remember.
Uh-oh. Yes?
Are you looking at the map?
Yeah. Totally forgot about that.
I did.
I mean, I cannot help it now either way. So being here more centrally, let me just double check the distances. It's 60 feet, so it's good. I will cast a mass cure wounds for everyone.
Yeah, and looking down the hallway to your right through that doorway, you can see Palace is leaning over, almost kneeled over with this flaming sword. You can see flames licking her back, and you can see blackness over her.
So I will roll 3d8 plus 5. Hey. Oh, really good roll. 21 hit points for everyone.
You said
Nice.
21?
21.
Damn. That's really good.
Yeah, 7, 8, and 1 on the roll.
Thank you.
So
Macy, that's how you roll a heal.
Oh,
That's where
rude. Rude.
She did it. I was gonna do that, but then he did it. And
You can do it too. I'm still so weak. You
Yes,
You
see.
took
they're all
70
slow.
points of damage. There's more to heal.
oh,
Trust me.
okay.
Does that a certain amount of people or friends within a radius, or
it should get everyone.
I have to ask
So-
because it's an NPC, but do you want to heal Palace?
Yes. It is up to 6 creatures, so it includes all of us.
Malachi almost has more hit points than Palace at the moment. That's not good.
Why?
Because she got hit before.
Oh,
And that
no,
would
I
be my
mean, why
turn.
is that not good?
Oh, she's a fighter.
Oh,
She's meant to have hit points. Malachi is just like run up, hit some stuff, die. You know, just a normal Tuesday.
every shot is one shot.
Like that. All right. Are you all ready?
No.
Malachi, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
He's gonna stand up, very slowly, shakily get up from his prone position, pat out the fire, that little licks of flame that are still on his body, and look around at the scene in front of him. Are there any more?
I don't know.
What are you addressing?
Everyone? He just said it out loud.
Not that we've seen yet.
Castor looks at you
Mm-hmm.
and he points to his right.
He gives Castor a little nod, rolls his shoulder a little bit, resummons his sword as a bonus action, and then he's going to move up to be next to Andrak. And he's going to go ahead and end his turn there, preparing to go and face whatever Castor just pointed at.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, a couple of things are going to happen.
Well, it was nice being up while I was here.
Oh, wait. This creature is going to come around the corner. His government name is Charles. But his birth name is...
Does he have a name tag on?
Yes, it says, "Hello, I am Charles." This is orientation.
What is his birth name?
I can't do that again. I don't remember. So it's one of these creatures that has a lightning spear, except for it's not a spear. It almost looks like a pickaxe or a short scythe. It's got a little shaft, double bladed at the top, curved. He's got horns almost like a ram, glowing red eyes. His skin is a little bit lighter with almost freckles on it that look dark gray. And he has like shoulder pauldrons on and bracers on that are spiked, and they look to be made of iron. And he gets around the corner and he looks a little shocked, and he looks at the big creature, looks around at all of you. He looks to his right, and Malachi and Abyssal, you hear him say, "Intruders, come." And then he's going to throw his spear. He can't really see Castor, so it's mostly between Andrak and Malachi. Andrak, I believe you always like being odd, right?
Andrak's an odd fella.
Andrak's always odd, and Malachi always gets even.
Let's see how this goes. Malachi,
Y'all?
you got incoming, sir.
Oh, gee.
Let's not be surprised.
He says that, and then you see him hurl this spear towards you. I don't know if you've ever been hit by this thing, but it hurts a lot. So that is a 20 total.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. So let's do some piercing damage first. Ooh, that is one away from max. You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Reaction
And as-
except in fighting.
Son of a bitch. All right, go ahead and reduce it by like 12.
8. You take
Oh.
8 less.
You take
So I-
4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Please do the easy part for you and make a DC something dexterity saving throw.
A DC something. Which dice is that?
something.
Let's see.
Fuck
Okay.
it. It's a DC 15.
It's a 16.
All right, so you make it. So as this spear, like, kind of thrusts into you and hits like the upper part of your chest, maybe on the left a little bit towards your arm, you
Oh.
rear back and you feel the surge of lightning go through you as you take 13 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
I rolled 5 ones.
Thank God,
Terrible.
because I'm down to 8 currently.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Oh my god, if I didn't intercept that, you'd go down.
I would have
Actually,
gone
yeah.
down again, yeah. Absolutely. Spear in his chest, Malachi looks at Andrak and just says, "Fucking kill that guy."
As you say that, Andrak, you see it. Castor, you see it. Malachi, you do not. Another one runs up beside his
Another
friend.
one.
Yeah.
Another
Yes.
This one, he does not look like the same. He has very dark skin, but he has kind of the same iron spiked pauldrons and wristbands on, red eyes, almost ram horns. His are a little more upright, but he does have a spear. Or, I'm sorry, the last one through like the little pickaxe thing, it did less damage. The spear does a little bit more. So he's going to throw the spear at Malachi because it's the first thing he sees. Or, I'm sorry, not Malachi, Castor.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm all over different windows right now. Okay, so he runs up, hurls this thing at Castor, just kind of like running up, looking around. His eyes are frantic. He spots Castor and just hurls it. The fucking shit. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
So Castor, you're sitting there looking towards Malachi. You look back towards this hallway. This spear just comes flying right past you, and it hits like into the grove wall beside you, and just kind of sticks. And you see this almost lightning pulsing off of it as it is stuck in the wall. Aldora, you saw the spear go by Castor because from your vantage point down the hall, you can't really see. You just heard what Malachi said.
Well, fuck. So, Aldora is going to move up behind Castor, and I'm just going to double check on the range. Okay.
As soon as you get around the little hedge wall of that bush there, you can see the two demons immediately to your right, and then you see another one even further down.
Okay, that's going to suck later. With that being the case, Aldora's going to take another step forward. That's going to be all her movement.
If I can't see him, he can't see me. Those are the rules.
Oh. And then she's going to cast, pulling out her staff or spear, she's going to use Mass Cure Wounds. Heal 20.
Whew, that's good. Again, I have to ask, are you applying that to Palace?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have enough, if you can get enough people to do it.
That's to everyone?
Yeah, I'm trying to do everyone.
Thank you.
Indeed.
I'll fight at the edge of death all day if I have to, I swear.
Malachi loves edging.
So, Castor runs up. Mass heal 21. Aldora runs up. Mass heal 20. And they share a moment of fuck you.
The demon there is dead, right?
The big one, yes. The one behind you, nope.
Aldora's going to give the big guy a middle finger.
That seems like a fair statement.
And then that will conclude her turn.
All right. It is Palace's turn. Aldora, as you let off this heal, you see her turning around. You can see she's partially charred. She took all that damage along with Malachi. She has that long sword in her hand that has the flames on it. And she drops that and then draws one of her weapons that she had in her hand. And then she starts running through the doorway. And she stops once she gets through a little bit, looks around, pivots, and she's going to move to the right of the first one that came through so that she doesn't get hit by both of them. But she's going to immediately start attacking it. And as she's running through, she's like, "Thank you, guys." Seems like a nice thing to say.
Yeah. She's very polite.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and follow through with this and make it part of what she does. Macy, I need you to continue your streak here. I would like you to roll a strength saving throw for these creatures, or this creature. So if you would please roll, oh fuck, he's strong. Please roll a 1d20.
5.
A 5? That is awesome. So she hits with a 22. He fails with a, I'm going to go ahead and say his strength modifier is a 5. So he rolled a 10 total. But thankfully, that's still low. So thank you, Macy. Because he falls prone, which means her next 3 attacks are advantage.
You're welcome.
Yeah. First hit, 23. Second hit is a 30. Third hit is a 27. No, not 20, but that's okay. So he's going to take a lot of damage total. I'm going to go ahead and map that up. But next person in the initiative order is Andrak. Andrak, would you like to do? What would you like to do? My English stopped.
What would I like to do?
Yes.
Oh boy, I see 2 fat fuckers. I'm gonna go swing on him. Andrak rushes past Malachi to try to get there before he does, because we all know how Malachi is.
What? No.
We all know how Malachi is. He rushes in with his sword, and he's going to take some thwang.
That's fair. I will note for anybody who might do cold damage that you guys see, they take a little less damage from Palace's attacks based on the cold.
The first one in is going to be a 22.
Are you? I'm sorry, you're attacking the second one, or
The first one, the same target as Palace.
Charles.
Okay, so Charles,
Oh,
you roll
yeah,
with
Charles.
advantage, right?
I have not rolled with advantage.
He is not prone.
Oh
so,
boy, I
yeah.
do roll. All right, the first one's a 22.
Yes, sir.
Second one's a 28,
Yes, sir.
and third one is a 25, which will be a soft crit.
All right. Yep. Go ahead. Do some damage. He's decently healthy, but he had a lot to start with. So, well,
First
not a
two
lot
coming
compared to
together
something.
is 29 points of slashing from the first two together.
That's a lot. If you roll good, you could kill him.
And then 23 coming down for the final.
He is on the brink of death. Outdoor could probably kill him with a melee attack.
Andrak basically runs in and just goes, whack, whack, whack. Go down, you stupid piece of shit.
Yep.
You threw a spear at Malachi. That's not okay. He's soft and squishy. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So the problem here is that Palace and Andrak are blocking the opening to that hallway. That sucks, but it is
Perfect.
okay. Perfect. All right.
And that
Next.
it will be his turn, yep.
All right. Aldora and Castor, as you're watching this, from the right, all the way down that hallway where you guys were pushed and then you came back to the party, you see one of these like gorilla demonic creatures. It's got black fur, red tinted skin, red eyes. You can see kind of fire burning in its mouth as it rounds the corner at the end of the hall, sees you guys, and then just starts charging. And as he's charging, that is all he can do this turn, is get to you. So as much as that sucks, Dora, you got one of these demonic gorillas that ran up on you. Probably should have rolled to see which one it was, but fuck it. Actually, I guess it's not too
fuck it.
late. Dora, do you want to be even or odd?
Even.
Let's make it fair. All right, even. No, I apologize. He ran up on Castor. So, Castor, he ran up on you. All right. So after that, Andrak, the one on the against the wall to your left, although it's a dex-based creature, it is really slow to get into the fight. This is one of those big ones. It's roughly 6 feet tall. Well, big compared to most people. Sorry. It has kind of horns coming off of it, hair going down its back, down its shoulders. It's got 2 large arms and 2 smaller ones that go underneath those. You've seen more vicious versions of this thing, so it's probably not that intimidating. But it runs over to you, and it is going to... There's nothing really fun that it can do. So
Lame.
I think. Huh?
Lame. You can't do anything fun.
No.
You can't, like, blow me up a balloon animal.
Let me ask. No. All right. He's going to try to bite you with that armor on. Try to just get like between the pauldron and the headpiece, trying to dig in there. That's an 11.
No.
Yep. Can't get past that armor. He's going to try to claw at you with the right and a left. Unfortunately, it's a 16 and a 17.
That neither hit.
His claws do nothing. All right. So after that, it is the top of the next round. Kirky, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You can see a lot's going on here.
Yeah. Kiriki is way back here from picking up Malachi, but because she is still raged, I can reach that monkey. She's gonna move
It's a
past
strange sentence.
Malachi. She sees Andrak. She was gonna head towards Andrak and Palace, but they're fine. She pivots and heads towards the monkey, and as she comes running, she'll 1-2 combo.
1-2.
I feel like because we explored the grove so much with me being a dog, you feel like I'm your dog and you're protecting me.
Kiriki is just really smart and know who the healers are.
Fair.
And
Not
also
right now.
who the squishy ones are.
Right now she's Roy Kirky.
True.
That's terrible. I can't think of a better one though.
Curoid key.
So the first attack is a 20 and the second attack is a 30. But not a natural 20-30.
They both hit.
Yeah, and
You've
what about
seen-
that third attack? 23.
Yes, that'll hit. You've seen these demonic gorillas in action. You know they're real vicious, real bad to the bone.
I'm sure. That's 25 points of slashing damage for the first 2 attacks.
Ow.
Yum. Oh!
Yeah.
I get double damage, so I get 2 more d6 on that first attack. Hold on.
Yeah.
28 points of slashing damage.
Yes, ma'am. That hurt.
Does that count for my offhand too? I can't remember.
It's everything. It's the weapons you use. So yeah.
Okay. And another 9 points of slashing damage for the offhand.
All right. It ferociously runs up to this old man because it's real cool, and is gonna beat him up because why not? And then Kiriki runs up, beats the fuck out of him with her strong ass biceps and quads, and he's just yelping, even though gorillas don't even do that.
You came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
That's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's the end of Kiriki's turn.
Kiriki, you hit him, and Malachi, you hear an abyssal. It looks at her and he goes, "So much regret." Castor, it is your turn. If you back away, this thing will get an attack of opportunity. As you can see, it's clearly winning this fight.
Clearly.
This thing looks about half dead already.
I'm gonna do something that I don't usually do.
You got a burn
I
pants.
will cast... What? How do you know I don't do that usually? Anyway, I'm gonna cast Silele, and then I'm gonna bonk him with my staff.
That's awesome. You haven't done this in a while. Let's go.
Yeah, some good bonking. 22 to hit.
22 will hit. Yes, sir.
Nice.
This demonic gorilla thought he had a meal ticket.
Don't fuck
Apparently
with
not.
old men.
Oh, shit.
For a whopping 10 damage.
Nice.
Hey, you know what? That's 10. That's actually pretty high.
That's pretty good, man.
I will say, he's now a legal drinking age.
He wasn't
Unless that's
before?
changed. No, that's what his hit points are now.
Yeah, and that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. He looks severely hurt. Some bad choices were made recently. All right. Malachi,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have any reach weapons. You don't have any range attacks. I mean, why don't you just go home?
Okay.
Bye.
Ciao. It is my turn then, I assume?
Yes, sir. It is your turn.
Okay. Malachi begins to walk up behind Andrak, and as he's walking, his Sword of Persephone takes on a shadowy hue to it, and then melts and elongates into the form of the Black Scythe. And you see his eyes shift from a bright green into a dark red, and his cloak kind of billows with shadows more than the green foresty color it was before. And he's going to take some attacks just past Andrak's shoulder.
You can try, sir.
He's going to attack the creepy-looking thing to Andrak's left. He hasn't seen that one until he walked up, but he doesn't like the look of it, so he's going to slash and attack that one.
I feel like you're being kind of judgy, but it's fine.
No, it's okay. First attack is a 25 to hit.
Yes, sir. That'll hit.
Cool. Second attack is a natural 1 for 14.
Hey, we haven't seen these in a while, huh?
And unfortunately for Andrak, I do not have a inspiration to save that. So, yep, that's a thing.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to roll damage for the first attack since it happened before the nat 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be 20 points of damage.
That hurts.
To the
Not a
little
lot.
guy. And then that's a cool 61 on my D100.
Inept. Weapon disarmed by opponent and thrown D20 feet in random direction.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So he reaches his scythe over, slashes into its body, and then how does this thing pry the scythe out of Malachi's hands?
I would say it doesn't pry it out. It just gets, like, stuck in him. It, like, gets stuck in him when you hit him the first time, and then when he rears back out of reaction, it just pulls it out of your hand.
Oh, damn it, you little shit. I'm going to fucking kill you.
It says in a random direction?
In a random direction. 30 feet, I believe, right?
D20 feet.
D20 feet. Let me roll that D20 for you, Todd. Unless you want to roll it.
Roll a D8 to see which direction it goes. Because if it goes, like, to your left there, then it'll hit the wall and bounce off.
It's a 6.
All right, so... Oh.
And then
Go ahead and roll the feet.
The D20 is 16.
All right. So you kind of cover your head and duck a little bit as it gets stuck in him, slips out of your hand, and then bounces off the wall directly to your left. This fucking scythe blade swinging around by you and Andrak before colliding to the ground. Right to your left against that wall.
Perfect. Do I get a free object interaction to just pick it right back up?
Technically, yes. I don't like it, but you do.
Okay. He kind of like flinches for a second as the movement of the blade is all sporadic, and then as it sits down and rests, he just reaches in and picks it up, and then looks at the little thing and is like, "Your blood is stickier than others." And then, as a bonus action, he's going to cast Eldritch Blast at the other 2 creatures in the room. 1 each. First one is a 17 to hit.
Wait, which other?
Charles and his twin brother.
Oh, okay. You want to do Charles first?
Yeah.
All right. To hit was what? I'm sorry?
17.
That will hit.
Okay. And he takes 11 points of damage.
You remember before how I said he was about to die?
Yeah.
He dies.
Oh, nice. Clear up a little
Yeah.
path from Andrak to get to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, so the form of the Eldritch Blasts, while he's in this kind of weird state of being touched by Persephone, but also using the talents of Hades himself, they still appear as spectral versions of Malachi, but instead of an exact replica in a green hue, they appear kind of a shadowy gray color, and they have skeletal faces instead. And they reach out with mimics of his scythe and basically cleave it down.
Damn.
The second one is also a 17 to hit.
A 17 will hit.
Okay. And that's... 17 points of damage.
Holy shit. I think that's the highest your damage you've done to these things.
That is max
Well, with
damage
the
for the
Eldritch
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
All right.
And then that is the end of Malachi's turn.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, it's actually both of their turns. And unfortunately, you have killed it. So you see this one as you're killing it.
Mhm.
It looks up and it reaches towards the one on its right. And it goes, "Jimmy, tell Laura I love her." And then the other one goes, "That's my sister." And then he just looks confused and angry. And he swings at Andrak to take out his anger because his Charles is dead now and he can't do it to him. He does not have his pick anymore. Nope, this is the spear one, I'm sorry. He doesn't have his spear anymore. So he is going to try to kick at you. Oh, that's a 24 hit.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
I thought I was just burning a turn. Okay. -2. Divide by 2. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And for shits and giggles, would you make a strength saving throw?
A strength saving throw.
Wait, is this the right character? It is. Man, I forgot they had that.
That's a 29.
Oh. Okay, so you're not knocked prone. It was really close. I mean, it was like 13 above the DC, but it was close. I feel like you almost fell. Like, there's a loud clinging sound. You see this tail whip around him. 24 to hit again. All right.
That hits.
It does. 6 points of slashing damage. Already reduced.
Oh, boy.
I believe that's the end of his turn. Nope, I'm sorry. He can also punch you. 26 to hit.
Damn, he's really going for it. Yeah.
4 points of bludgeoning damage as he punches out at you. That is the end of his turn.
He certainly did.
For a point of order, I just remembered I used my free object interaction to switch my weapons at the beginning of my turn, so I did not pick up my scythe.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I flavored it really cool, but technically I just swapped weapons, so I just wanted to clarify that.
I will let it happen this time, but I need you to calm down and stop fucking cheating, okay?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
This is not Monopoly. We do not cheat in there.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not my brother playing Monopoly. You don't sacrifice goats to the goat gods before we play to get free rolls that you want.
Let's be real. We all cheat at Monopoly.
That's exactly
don't.
how I
Fuck that
play
game.
Monopoly. And D&D, I sacrifice goats every time.
Hey, it's a waste of good meat.
It's a waste of good money.
Oh, yeah, that too.
She works on a farm, doesn't she?
Yeah, my mom has lots of goats. I'm just
Not so much
totally
anymore, I'm
awesome.
sure.
No. They
Used to have
reproduce.
a-
They reproduce faster than you think.
In the time we've been playing, there's already 12 new baby goats.
It's true.
It's true.
Eventually, we're gonna have a drawing where she's just gonna like give out goats.
Oh, I can't wait to get a goat.
I hate goats.
You don't ever win.
No.
All right. Stop picking on Kevin, guys. Outdoor, it's your turn. There's a lot going on. I don't really know where to start.
I do.
You saw Malachi kill the one that was directly in front of Andrak. There's one in front of Andrak to his left that recently kicked him, hit him with his tail, and then punched him. And somehow connected with all those, although it was sadly minimum damage. At least he did something. And then there's this creepy four-armed one to Andrak's left that you can only barely see like a little bit of. He hasn't done shit. Malachi's throwing his weapon around. Kiriki ran up, all fucking hulked out, and beat the shit out of this demonic gorilla who thought it was gonna beat up Castor. D&D, baby.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So what I shall do is bonus action. Explosion. As bonus action on your turn, you can dismiss this spell and cause the weapon to emit a burst of radiance. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must make a con saving throw.
Well then. That sucks.
Why?
I don't like that. Andrak, I gotta ask you a question.
Heh.
Can you see the gorilla that's on Castor?
I can see. If he was turned around, yes, but Andrak is facing his foes.
But you can see it on the map?
Yes.
Damn. Alright, let me do some con saves. The four-armed one to Andrak's left gets a 12. Good start.
Ayo.
The one in front of Andrak to his left gets a 22.
Yes.
The gorilla, the strongest of all the demons, the one who will surely beat Kiriki in this fight for survival. He gets a 8.
Ayo.
These guys are just, that's their destiny, to suck. Alright. And how much of this radiant damage are you gonna do?
26.
Holy shit, dude. Alright.
And the ones that have failed are also blinded for 1 minute. On a successful save, a creature takes half damage and is not blinded.
So the one guy.
Yeah.
Alright. You said it was how much damage, I'm sorry?
26.
Castor, Kiriki, that gorilla in front of you that Kiriki ran up and started beating the shit out of, he turns toward Kiriki, angry, sad, crying, but tries to fight her, and then is blown back by this explosion and has like charred radiant fur as he dies. You have killed the demonic gorilla.
Gorilla.
Alright. And the one on Andrak's left is blind. The other one is ready to keep punching him for that 4 damage. So Andrak, you better be afraid. Yeah.
An action. I will cast Sacred Flame on the one between, if I can, the one right there, the gray one that's right next to Andrak, kind of
The
in
one on his
between.
left? Yeah. Okay. The 4-armed one.
Yeah.
You got it. And that's a... What save, I'm sorry?
That one is a dexterity save.
Alright, he's pretty good at those. But not with a natural 1.
Oh, fuck.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Alright, how much hit points does it take? He does have a good chunk of hit points to start with, but he's been hit a few times. Oh, actually, he's blind, so I believe he has disadvantage. While you're doing out that damage, let's look at blind real quick, just so that we all have it in mind. First words, you cannot see. Cleverly written. You cannot fail. Oh, whoops. You automatically fail any ability check that requires sight. That makes sense. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and attack rolls against you have advantage. This poor son of a bitch. All right. Adora, what's the damage?
10 radiant damage.
All right. That's rough. Well, okay then. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think you've done enough. Calm down. Palace is going to check around the corner behind her. Look at the gorilla. Look at the gorilla Kiriki. Kind of nod out of respect a little bit there. And then turn around and run on top of the demonic corpse, kind of squishing it as she does. And then she's going to try to hook this one in front of Andrak to his left. The one who had the spear but is now going fisticuffs with Andrak. Macy, would you please roll a strength saving throw? Remember, we want low.
Strength save?
Ooh, did she hit? Hold on. No, she just barely matched his AC. That was a low roll.
1.
I'm sorry?
1.
That's good news. This is a strength saving throw to see if he falls prone.
Oh.
You say that shit with pride. What did you get, Macy?
1!
Fuck yeah. Fuck this dude.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah. Andrak's about to fucking shit up. Andrak and Palace both have advantage on him because he is prone. 22 to hit. Ooh, 14 to hit. Get your shit together, lady. And then a 16 to hit. Damn, she barely got him. That's just fucking sad. Alright, I am going to do the math on how much damage that is. In the meantime, Andrak, it is your turn. Remember, you have advantage on all of these attacks.
On both of them?
Yep. The blind one to your left and the one prone in front of you to your left. The blind is for a minute, I believe. We'll double check that in a minute, but go ahead. Which one do you want to go after?
I'm going after the blind one, because I feel like Palace got this.
If her rolls are shit, but we can hope for the best.
First one's a 23 to hit.
Yes sir, that'll hit.
Now, I have a question, Todd. How rough does this guy look?
He's not quite bloodied, but he has been hit a lot, but it's all by spells. So, like, the outside of his body is burnt.
Okay.
Although I will note that the one in front of you to the left, I didn't realize that he was low on hit points, so he is actually dead.
Oh.
So, like, that third stab she did into him, killed him.
That's fun. First one's 23, second one's a 21.
That'll hit.
And third one, that is a 24 and a soft crit.
Well, shit. He ain't gonna be alive much longer.
So the first two is is going to be 32 points of slashing damage coming through.
I'm sorry, how much?
32.
All right. Damn.
And following up is 28.
Did I tell you how many points he has left?
How much? 1?
7.
Ah, this son of a bitch. Well, that will be Andrake's turn.
All right. The last demon here alive that you could see. I'll say that. Almost dead. Blood just profusely pouring out of it. This black, thick blood all over the ground. Its friends all dead. That's a bad day to be alive. But it's his turn. He has 2 options. He can call for help and try to attack, or he can run and call for help. What is he going to do? He's
Keel
not
over and
real
die?
bright. Yeah, maybe. You know what? He's going to, because he's blind, he doesn't have a lot of options here. So centered on him, he's going to cast a spell. And it's a radius spell. So I would like Andrak and Palace and Malachi to make wisdom saving throws. Malachi and Andrak, wisdom saving throws. Palace, how'd she do? That might be a pass. That is a pass. Good news, guys. It's a shit DC. What'd you get?
20.
25.
Yeah, the DC was an 11. But that was his last-ditch effort. However, because he's fucking blind, he can't see if it worked or not. So he's going to take off running. Kirky, do you want to do a free Arcana roll? See what he was doing?
Show.
All right. Malachi, do you want to take an attack with disadvantage? Well, you don't have a weapon out, huh?
I do not have
14.
my scythe.
All right.
Punch him.
Do you want to punch him?
You know what? Sure, if you'll let me.
You know what? I was going to give you disadvantage, but if you're punching him and just kind of like lean into it and be like, straight roll. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, let me just look up what my unarmed attack is here.
All
Okay,
right.
it's not too bad.
Kiriki, what'd you get in your Arcana check?
A 14.
A 14. He was trying to cast confusion, which would have made it to where the everybody who's fails that save can't take reactions. So he could have ran away.
Well, I rolled a natural 1 on my punch.
Why does that feel like it makes sense?
D100.
Oh, God. Yeah, sure. Here you go. What's 21?
You are distracted. Trip, roll dex or fall.
Oh.
You leaned a little too far into it.
Roll the dex check.
It's so
Okay.
fitting.
It is. Come over here, you little shit. That's a 22.
All right, so you don't fall.
He like pushes up against the hedge as he's like reaching his hand around to try and knock this thing in the back of the head as it's running away. Don't run away from me, you bitch. Come back here.
Andrak, what's your damage? You're going to kill it.
That's a 25 to hit,
That will hit.
and that is 13 points of slashing damage.
He had 7 hit points, so he is dead. He turns to run after casting this spell. You see him raise his hands. You see this little purple glow. Nothing fucking happens. He turns to run. You see behind you Malachi kind of fall over a little bit as he tries to hit him. And then you see Palace also take a swing, but you cut him down. You're out of initiative.
Already leaning on the hedge a little bit, Malachi picks up his scythe. Okay, well, that was a little embarrassing, but...
You didn't twist your upper body enough when throwing that punch.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. It's like you're whispering or something.
Andrak turns from facing the dead demon. Your punch, you didn't twist enough. Your upper body needs to turn while punching.
I know how to throw a punch. It's a weird angle. I swear. It doesn't happen all that often. It was more strange that my scythe got knocked out of my hand. let's just move on. Let's just go past this. I feel like we're dwelling. We don't need to dwell.
Kiriki is she's put her weapons away, but the rage is new, so she is kind of bloody, just beating the shit out of the gorilla with her fist.
God.
She doesn't know how to end it. This is a very new feeling. So she's just kind of going ham.
Malachi looks over at Andrak. Should we do something about that or just let it run its course?
I've seen battle rages before. They typically calm down once they realize no one's in danger.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not getting close to her. I've already been hurt plenty today, so we'll hope that she calms down in a few moments, I guess.
Recommend you sit down somewhere.
I try to touch Kirki with a healing spell while she's beating up the gorilla. And I go, I believe you got him, dear. And I heal her with cure wounds. Let's roll it.
You see Palace standing behind Kiriki going, you got this. Let it out. There you go. Hit him again.
For 9 hit points.
Okay. Whole 9 hit points. Take it. It's better though.
It's more of a soothing technique than an actual healing.
Andrak is surrounded by corpses.
You watch as Kiriki's fist stop, and you're close enough you can see the veins in her pulsing, and then she just okay. That was weird. What was that?
Helpful, I'd say.
I think the closest approximation would be you got really pissed off.
I wonder
Palace
if
is smiling, and she goes, friendship.
Is that what it is? I've never really had friends before, so that could be it.
She smiles. Nods towards Aldora.
What say the rest of you? Are y'all okay?
I mean, I'm not
doing
great. I'm certainly in need of a rest. I did get exploded, and then stabbed with the spear, and then electrocuted. It hasn't been a very good day for me, actually, when I put it all out in a list like that.
That's right, spears. Andrew's gonna go collect the spear and the pick.
Alright.
Kiriki will look over at Malachi and see that he's in state. You look normal. This is how you normally look.
Damn.
I want to argue with you, but I don't think I can. I think you're right. This is pretty much how I normally look.
You normally look like you've had your ass beaten.
Kiriki, are you doing some ribbing? Are you doing playful banter? Or are you actually making fun of me? I can't tell with you.
No, I am being honest. I don't... Playful banter. I don't know what that is.
Okay. I know you're trying this friendship thing out. It's rather new, so I was just checking.
I haven't been around you long, but I really don't see her doing the playful banter thing.
Careful, Malachi. You might send her into another rage.
She's getting there. Nobody's immune to learning new things. I'm sure Kiriki will warm up into that respect as well eventually.
Learning new things is good for you. That's what keeps you sharp.
And a whetstone.
That does not help your mind.
Oh. That's correct, yes.
Well, at the risk of the fact that I'm mostly incredibly injured, perhaps we should at least move into this room here as he motions towards where the demons came running from. They likely all came out once they heard the fighting, so I'm hoping there's no more in there, but I don't really feel like we should take the time to rest if we're close to something important.
Sounds like a plan.
As you step into that hallway, you feel the world slow down a little bit, and you step on something. It looks almost like a circle, as it says, saving, ...
Oh, good. Save point. Where's the ammunition before the boss fight?
I think we already did the boss fight.
Oh
This is
shit,
the
did we
spear
do
she
it?
picked up.
Andrak's going to, because he is actually kind of hurt, drink a healing potion that Castor gave him.
This is the first one.
Oh.
It is a sweet honeyed nectar.
Oh, yeah. Malachi has
delicious.
one, too. He sees Andrak pull it out and start drinking it and remembers and takes his, too.
Oh, boy, I heal 19. That is significantly better.
So bad. I am so sorry.
4 4s and mostly 2s. Or 4 1s and mostly 2s. Like the
I was like, that was 4 4s. That'd be way better.
25 for Malachi.
It looked more like that.
Andrak, would you lead us in?
Is everybody ready?
That's right. We should find a place to rest, right? We are growing very weary.
Well, soon, but we're right here, and there's potentially something around the corner that may be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, in general, we should keep it in mind that we need rest soon.
Very soon.
Absolutely. That's perhaps what's in the room will provide a safe resting place for us.
Yes. Let's go careful and stay behind me.
Of course.
Sure.
I mean it this time, Malachi. You are too wounded to run in.
I drank the juice and it feels great. I'm fine, I promise.
Like a disappointed dad, he's going to point at Malachi with his pointer finger. If you run in, I'll kill you myself.
Jesus.
Okay, all right, calm down. The Kiriki was the one who was getting angry today.
No, I feel fine.
She
So,
looks rather content with herself, to be honest.
to your right, going to this hallway, 10 feet wide, like it always is, about 20 feet down is where you can see it curves off to your right. And then it goes down about 20 feet before it dead ends and curves up to the right again. But you can see a small indentation where it's like a 5 foot wide hallway. And I've only seen one of those before, but there was nothing in the other one. Again, this grove, it's usually high noon, but in this one spot inside these walls, past that little secret door, it's almost shadowed. Like the high noon doesn't really take place here. But as you go in front of that hallway that's 5 feet wide, Andrak, you see a couple of things. At the very end of that 5 foot wide hallway that's about 25 feet long, you see a statue of a woman you've never seen before. She looks very prominent and she looks very stern, her facial features. And just even though you've never seen her before, there's something about her that exudes power and position. And in front of her is a stone table. It's just a regular limestone table, nothing fancy about it, no real decorations on it. But on this table, even from here, you can see a bright blue stone.
Andrak will look down the hallway. There's another statue. It has a stone in front of it.
Do we recognize the woman at all?
If you would like to try, make a religion check.
Eldora's gonna squeeze by Malachi and Castor.
I believe I have seen her before.
You know my DC. All right, everybody, what'd you get?
Malachi got a
25.
10.
Castor got a 25.
Oh,
7.
Kiriki got a 23.
okay. Kiriki, I'm sorry. Oh, Adora, you want to try?
Yeah. I don't even know what. I honestly can't even see it, but 17.
Okay. Andrak. She's pretty. Malachi. She's got good hair.
Mm-hmm.
Aldora. Oh. Kiriki. There's something about her that seems familiar, but you don't know who she is. Castor. Just barely in the corners of your mind. From many, many, many centuries ago. You never saw her again. Only the one time you were introduced to this place as a child. You believe, at least you're pretty certain, that this is a statue of Rhea, mother of the Olympians.
Oh. I'm the only one who realized?
Yes.
Or did Kiriki also with the 23?
Kiriki has never seen her and doesn't recognize her. She's probably heard of her, but like hearing of her and then recognizing her is very different.
I see the statue and it takes me a moment with my weary eyes to focus from the distance. Oh my. Well, children, I believe this looks like Rhea.
I'm sorry, Rhea, you said?
Yeah. If my memory serves me well, that is Rhea.
Would Malachi even know the name Rhea? Is that a common thing that people know Rhea is the mother of the gods? Like,
she's not very commonly known, no.
Okay. I'm sorry. Is that important? I can't say that I know the name.
Rhea is the mother. What do I know exactly about her? What does my character know exactly about her?
Probably that's about it.
Okay.
Well, she wasn't really prominently worshipped by anybody, and then she just kind of like faded over time. Like she didn't wander, she didn't have churches, cult. Well, she had cults. Everybody has cults, but she didn't have worshippers. She didn't have her own want to be worshipped. She just kind of faded from history. So that's why it's like you only met her that one time, and that's why you're like, I think this is who she is. But other than that, you would just know she's a very powerful person. She is not an Olympian. She is a Titan. But she obviously was on the side of the Olympians because she was with them.
Would Castor or Kiriki know the story behind how the gods were created? It's not like it's a secret. Like the story of Kronos and Zeus. And like the fight between the Titans.
I would say everybody knows about the fight between the Titans. It's social media wasn't a thing. Information like flowing wasn't a thing. Most people couldn't even read.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly about which version of the story would you have? Would you have a full version? Would you have a partial version? Would you have a skewed version? Like saying that you know the whole story, like that's where it gets rare. Kiriki, I would give a chance because she was raised in a church. Castor, or a temple, I'm sorry. But it was probably a skewed version, like very like pro-Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
Titans are evil. Well, okay, so the version most people know. But like the Titans were weak and foolish, and they went against the Olympians and they lost. I would say she probably knows like stuff like that, like very like pro-Olympian. The Titans were just like something to be forgotten. Nobody cares about them, and Hecate would never admit that she is an Olympian. Like, as far as you're concerned, she's a full... Or, I'm sorry, that she's a Titan. She's a full Olympian as far as, like, you're concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Castor met some of them, so... I don't think he, like, hung out with them and had brunch, but he would maybe, like, overhear stuff over time, so maybe with a high DC. So, I guess if y'all want to roll religion checks, Kiriki, I'm going to give you DC 20. Castor, just because you're overhearing stuff, DC 25. Malachi, if you want to try.
We're looking at like a 30.
I'm trying to think of why you would know. Like that's where I'm basing the DC on.
I would actually like to cut you off and just say he's not going to. He barely cares about the gods as it is, and he has very little information about the ones that are popular in this land, much less the ones that are not.
All right, that's fair.
Religion again, you said?
Yes, sir.
History and religion are the same thing, but could I just make it history instead?
Yeah, you can make it history. Aldara, I'm going to say because you're so pro Athena that you wouldn't have bothered trying to learn about other gods and their history and where they were born or how. Like, Athena is all you need to know. Andrak, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he would know or care.
Not rolling for shit.
Castor, religion check, what'd you get?
24.
All right. So you kind of know there was a war. You don't know the history behind it. But obviously the Olympians won.
Okay.
Kiriki rolled a 10. She's distracted.
Hecate is the best.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know she has fought Titans in the past, probably. and there was some kind of war, but why? Pfft, who gives a shit? Hecate won because she's powerful and she deserves and has earned respect.
Yeah, Kiriki was just so lost in thought trying to remember. It's one of those times when you can't quite put your finger on it. You know the information, you just...
It's just on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
I hate that shit.
Can't figure it out. It's gonna drive her crazy the rest of the day.
You're gonna be going to receive, and she's gonna be like, Titanomachy!
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, well, Castor, since you know who it is, I suppose you should be the one to go up there and do something if you give us some information about what we're dealing with. You said there's a stone on a table in front of her. Kind of see that.
I don't know much about her. All I know is that she's a titan and the mother of most of our gods.
Oh, a titan. I thought they were destroyed. Wasn't there some kind of ancient war or something between the gods and the titans? It was fairly rudimentary education while I was trained to be a hoplite, but that's about all I've got.
Well, not much is saved from that era, to be honest. I also lack in that regard. The gods wouldn't speak of it much when they visited, so my knowledge is also very limited. Is all I could piece together over the eons. But I will. Let me check it out. And I start walking in.
All right. This hall, only 5 foot wide, shadows going across it. First hallway you've been in with real shadows, where you're not in complete light. Get closer. This statue towering above you, easily over 10 feet tall. It almost seems to cast a shadow on you as you approach. The stone shimmering in the daytime on this stone table. As you draw closer to it, you can see only the bottom half of it is actually blue. The top half of it is kind of a reddish color, and it looks like a heart-shaped gem. In the center of it, it almost looks like there's a moon embedded inside, like a rock that was placed inside of a gem and then shaped into a heart.
So blue and red, heart-shaped, with a stone in the middle.
Hmm?
Do you have a picture of it?
I do. I'm currently cropping it because it's got the stats on it.
That's you say.
It's more of like a long story. I'm kidding.
Well, Castor is half speaking to himself, half praying as he walks down the aisle. In his sort of old whimsical way, saying, I've always worshipped all your children, Rhea. Please don't strike me down. As I walk in here. Oh, am I gonna turn into Sailor Moon if it does that? It is a really nice picture, though. All right. Do I see any other details now that I'm up close before I touch anything?
No. Plain statue, plain table. The woman looks stern. It looks like every time you would look at her from down the hallway, halfway down the hallway, right here, it always seems like her eyes were on you, even though it's a statue.
Castor looks up at the statue, bows humbly, and then slowly cusps the stone with both hands.
As you pick it up.
Religiously, let's say, very respectfully.
Please make a constitution. I'm kidding. As you pick it up, though, you do see you're looking at the stone, and almost inside of it, you see like a moving image. And so you look a little bit closer, and it looks like a different world, a different place, a different plane, different continent, different country, different land. It's a cliffside, and everything is so beautiful, so green. Everything looks like the peak of its life. The trees are healthy. The sun is beautiful. You can see people like riding chariots through the air. Not a lot of them, just here and there, a couple of them. And you see this man, he's sitting on the cliff, and He's a rather broad fellow, and he has long white hair that goes down, and as he turns towards you through this image, you can see he has a long white beard. And he says out loud, "I was told a prophecy." And then you see something reach out, and it looks like a soft hand with smooth skin coming from your point of view. And then it's like the image goes away, and you're just looking down at the stone with the moon inside of it.
Did I recognize the man I was looking at?
You have never seen him before. You can make a check if you want, but the DC is like 42. It's crazy.
So only in that 20.
Yeah.
I mean...
Sure, you know what? Nat 20, I'll give you a hint or something.
I'll just roll the d20, I don't add anything. 7, does that work?
No, which is
That's
great
practically
news.
a nat 20, though, Todd.
I
He's right there.
I forgot the vision.
You do not recognize the man or the hand.
Do I feel anything else now? Because I'm touching the stone as well.
It feels warm to the touch. And you can just feel power emanating from it, as you know you're holding something created by a god and only handled by gods in the past. It was an element for mortal hands. Sorry.
Okay, I reach into my bag of holding, pull out a cloth, and then very carefully wrap it there and take it back to the others. Like I'm trying to be respectful with it. Mm-hmm. And show it, and I say, I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it feels important, and it feels like it should not fall into the hands of the demons. Could this be what you are here for? And you can see that he's a little bit more solemn and a little bit more serious than his usual nature.
Todd, can you remind us of the name of the artifact that we were coming to find?
The Stone of Eternal Grace.
Right. I mean, Kiriki, Andrak, Eldora, Palace, you'll all have to weigh in on this as well, but it fits the description, at least by name. It's just a stone. It is placed in front of, as I've been told, the mother of the gods. I can't imagine any more sacred place.
Palace looks confused, and she's kind of just voicing her thoughts when she says this, as she's looking at the statue. But she just kind of says out loud while looking at the statue, "If you were a Titan, why would you side with Olympians?"
She says that to me?
And she just kind of says that out loud. Just like with her head cocked to the side, kind of just spaced out, you know?
I turn to Palace and go, Olympians are the children of Titans. Gods or not, they are still parents, so not all of them sided with the Titans.
Huh. Okay.
Some would choose to side with their children over their siblings. It is not unheard of in history.
She kind of like snaps at him and looks around. Does anybody here have kids?
Do I look like the kind of person who would have kids?
I don't know.
I feel like it would be what you call funny if I said I did, but I do not.
Andrak actually
You're
looks
right.
over. It would be hysterical if you said you did, because no one would expect it.
I feel like I wasted an opportunity.
I feel you did too.
Joking aside, I'm not sure. I don't know enough about the gods or the Titans to really have a weight in this conversation, but I'm not positive it matters if we have collected the thing that we have required to collect. It's just a matter now of finding out what to do with it.
Can Becca have a reminder of why we're here? I know we're here for this gem, but why are we here for the gem? It's been a while.
It's actually been 12 episodes since you got here.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
That's a lot of sessions.
This is the dungeons part of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, you're welcome, people. Wait till the dragons come in, because I love plural words.
Wait, we already started with a dragon.
You ate her. That doesn't count.
It does count. We killed her and ate her. Anyway,
That
It was
counts.
delicious.
That's so
Bonus.
sad. Becca befriended her, and now she's happy about killing her and eating her.
No,
Like,
no. Mavari befriended her. Kiriki ate her. There's a difference.
It's
They're different people.
I would never steal, but my character is a thief.
I
Exactly.
would never kill a dragon, except Andrak would, because he doesn't know what the fuck a dragon is.
And then promptly fry and eat it.
I would claim that I would kill a dragon, but in reality, I would piss myself and run away screaming like a 4-year-old girl.
Oh, for sure. If dragons were real, I would not fuck with a dragon. But
I would die trying to befriend a dragon in real life.
I believe that.
I also believe that.
That's
love
fair.
dragons. I have 28 Lego dragons chilling on my shelf.
All right.
I believe the actual purpose of us coming and getting the gem was to just keep it from the demons. I think that's the whole story. We just heard that it was here, and we were like, we should probably not let the demons have that.
Here's exactly what you were told.
Okay.
And this is by the dying priest of Hades.
Hades.
Yeah, I think it was the dying priest of Hades.
Yeah.
Who was being eaten alive. And y'all just let him tell you his information before you killed him. He said that he heard a demon say, "Join the others 3 days away from the light in Extera," which y'all learned meant right to him. "Gazet is waiting." And that is when you guys decided to go after the item that they were after. And then that was it.
Oh, okay. Kiriki would remember that.
Kiriki remembers that.
Becca would not.
Yeah, Becca would not.
Becca, what was the other option the priest said?
Kiriki would remember, but not Becca.
Kiriki remembers. It said, "Take the shard a little over a loop away from the light and sinister. Have it cleaned at Camp
Wawa Uga Iga.
Ekatharisi." What was it?
Honestly, not far off.
Ekatharisi?
Oof. Yes, what he said, but less pretty.
Yeah, it
I
was
cannot
either
roll
go
my
for
tongue.
the... Oh, sorry.
No, I butcher everything where you're supposed to roll your tongue. It's so sad.
I can't roll my tongue either. It's we were either going after the shard crystals from the mine, quote unquote, or the funny stone that Rhea gave to Aphrodite.
Yep.
Hey Dimitri, how do you say Aphrodite in Greek?
Aphrodite?
See, that's so much better.
It just sounds better when he says stuff. I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's a language he actually speaks.
Probably.
This may be a strange question and all the things that are going on, but Castor, do you believe that this Rhea is capable of being communed with, like the other statues here? Or was she slain in the war against the Titans?
I do not know, unfortunately.
You know she was not slain.
I do know. She wasn't.
I don't know. I mean, I do know. I am wise.
Grammar.
So,
Old age is showing.
because of the earlier rolls, I will say that Castor knows that she's not dead. Well, no, she wasn't killed in the battle that he's talking about. And then Kiriki would know that there's not like churches for her, so she may or may not be around.
There is no record of her dying, or rumors of her dying, but there is also not many sightings of her after, so I cannot really tell you with certainty.
I see. Well, I wouldn't know what to say. I've never heard of her before, so I suppose I'll just pass on this one. But this brings up the question for everybody here. If we've secured the thing that we were here to get, do we try to find the places of this grove that we haven't touched yet and make sure there are no demons remaining, or should we find our way out and move on?
I'm in the firm believer that we should just wipe this place of the demons and make sure they're not here. But I understand wanting to move on from this place.
We have been here for quite a while.
Is that the end of what you were going to say? I thought you were kind of trailing into something there.
Oh, did you want me to trail into something there?
I mean, dude, what's the intention behind what you just said, Andrak? Like, do you want to go, or are you just pointing out we've been here for a long time?
I am just stating a fact.
Okay, well, facts aside, what's your opinion? Do you want to move on, or do you believe we should continue cleansing the grove if there's anything left?
We were here to cleanse the grove and protect this item. I say we cleanse the rest of the grove. I do not believe Castor would be pleased if we left a bunch of them roaming.
It would be good to make sure the demons are cleansed.
Then let us cleanse them.
Yes, let's move on. Unfortunately, once again, this place is a literal maze, so I'm not sure what places we haven't gone. We'll have to do some backtracking, perhaps, but now that we've secured the gem, at least we know that is safe, and we can continue with the sole purpose of killing things.
Hooray. How glorious for you.
I'm getting a touch of something there, Andrak. I can't tell if you're just...
I am not good at this sarcasm.
Ah, okay.
I thought he was being genuine.
You see, everybody here needs some lessons in socializing, I feel.
Andrak blankly staring back at Malachi. I'm very expressive, can't you tell?
You see Malachi
No,
narrows his
you're not.
eyes.
Why do you say false things?
It is a sarcasm.
I was going to say, I think it might be his way of trying to be funny and make jokes.
You say something that is objectively false for the sake of humor.
I see.
And then explaining it afterwards is a huge buzzkill, so let's just keep going.
I almost feel sorry for Aldora because she's almost the normal person, and she's surrounded by like crazy old people who have so much issues.
Yeah,
What are you?
that's true.
What do you
Everyone
mean?
here is really old.
Andrak is just a young 20-something.
It's like showing your grandma TikTok and her explaining it to like what it all is. No, grandma, it's a bit. It's not real.
Do you mean to tell me a shrimp did in fact fry my rice?
Oh my god.
I can't believe shrimp are so talented in the culinary arts.
God help us all. So, above table, we've got, looks like northwest and southwest. Southwest is the area that apparently Poseidon led Palace to, so I don't know how much there is down there for us to look into, but I think I believe northwest in this area is probably the last place we really have to explore in detail.
Andrak will speak up. I recommend we go back to the statue of Demeter and rest. We are all worse for wear.
Malachi looks down at the seeping bloody wound on his chest. Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Before you run into another wall.
Hey, don't give me shit, okay? I've seen you do worse. You literally walk into walls when we're doing nothing.
Andrak turns around, points at him, and then walks into a wall. Oh, I didn't notice it there.
Beaver.
He says,
So you
having
guys-
like the third highest passive perception.
Castor, are you comfortable holding on to the gem while we're here?
Yeah, I can do that. And just
Theo.
neatly fold it into the cloth and put it into the bag of holding.
I feel of all of our motley crew here, you're probably the one most fitting to carry such a thing.
Yeah, I will hold on to it.
All right. So we're heading back to the statue of Demeter.
Returning
Leaving
the way
the
we
secret
came.
area.
Leaving the secret area?
Yep. The area full of
It's-
sea critters.
Yeah, as soon as you guys step back through the little secret door that Aldora found, you guys will see that the sun goes back to being at the peak, where it's always noon, no matter where you are. There are no more shadows. and that door seems to close and fit back on its own once the last of you leave the area. You guys can go out, head to the left at the T intersection, head to the left, almost 80 feet down, go through the Ares room, take a right at the end of the Ares room to go down the hallway, and then from there, you will be in the Namita room.
Oh boy.
I just thought I'd save you the time.
I was moving so fast. I'm sorry. Malachi is gonna walk in, kind of stumble down to his place. He's been sitting the last couple times they've rested here.
It has a engraved Malachi butt spot on it.
It's my spot. And he's gonna pick up some food. I just have to find the list so I can decide what cool food he's gonna pick up to eat.
Oh, forgot about that. I'm down to nibble on something.
Malachi is going to take a nice ear of gilded corn.
The names.
Aldora will try the yes, the wheatgrass.
That's a type of music.
No, you're thinking of bluegrass, but nice try.
Castor isn't really hungry because he's now photosynthesizing. So he will nibble on a harvest mushroom, hoping it will give him a nice feeling.
I think you should have the pomegranate.
Me?
It was a joke because if you had had it last time, you would have advantage on the death save.
Oh.
Oh.
Ration
Funnily
time.
enough, when we ate, I think I ate the pomegranate.
He did eat a pomegranate. Because we made
Yeah, that was
jokes
the
about
first
how... Yeah, we made jokes about Persephone.
You eat the pomegranate and you become married to Hades. Yeah, that was the joke immediately.
Yeah.
The second time y'all ate there, I don't remember what you had. Are y'all taking... I'm sorry, remind me, short rest or long rest? Oh yeah, you can't long rest, okay.
We can't long rest, why?
Why can't we long rest?
Because it's only been like 10 hours.
Well, a short rest will do fine for Malachi. I mean, all of his stuff
we-
resets, so...
Short rest.
Can we short rest into a long rest?
That is up to you. You can sit around for about 10 more hours and then sit around for about 8 more hours. That is up to you and what you want to do.
No, it's okay. I guess we can short rest, or I don't know how you guys are. Actually, I have a lot of spell slots still, so I'm okay to short rest.
Short rest gives me back pretty much everything, so I'm all good to short rest. And I'm gonna roll dice, because I'm gonna roll hit dice.
I was going to say, it took Palace 6 hit dice in order to get back to full.
It's
Oh, it's
really
gonna
only
take me quite-
been 10 hours because we did the Ares room, lost Caster for a while, sat and chit-chatted, then made our way this way, did
Yeah.
all of that fighting, and then tracked back.
Yeah, because whenever you found the secret room, that was only about 8 hours.
No, because I had already lost my foresight before we started that other fight.
You're at about 10 hours.
Hmm.
Trust me, I keep track of it.
One more
I have to
hour in the
down
book
because-
for Malachi.
Ugh.
I'm gonna get that book, Todd. I'm gonna read it all. One of these days.
It's gonna catch fire before you finish it.
I've got, let's see here. I've just been 48 hours reading it, and I've got 18, so it'll be a while, but I'll get there, damn it.
I'm gonna have him steal it. It's fine. I have to ask, because of the way short resting with magical items works, Castor.
Mm-hmm.
During this short rest, are you trying to study the gem at all?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to learn about its magical properties and attune to it?
Sure.
Okay. Roll nature or arcana, whichever one's your highest.
I would go with nature.
Possibly religion.
A 25.
Alright. I am going to drop you the stone. Because like I said, it's a story. Essentially, what the stone does is... Do you know what an ion stone is? Or ion stone?
No.
It is a stone that floats around you. And this stone acts in the same way. Once you're attuned to it, it kind of circles around you, but you can move it to be your waist, your head, your wrist, your hands, anywhere you want. You kind of saw that a long time ago. You saw Aphrodite use this when you were little, and she had it around her wrist, and it was just kind of rotating there. So, anybody who uses this, no matter what they use to attack with, whether it's a rock they pick up, a dagger in their hand, or a shillelagh, it gives +2 to attack and damage rolls made with that weapon. Additionally, the stone can cast a spell. You can store spells in there. And anybody who's wielding the stone can use that spell. It's quite a lot of text, but that's the essence of it. And you know that there is a spell already in it. You're not sure exactly of the spell, but you know it is an offensive spell, and you believe it belonged to Artemis.
Does it add attack and damage also when you make spell attacks?
No.
I fear it's not that good on me. Okay.
Sorry.
I was not expecting a stone shaped like a heart and moon to give attack and damage. Okay. I mean, I will add it to... What is it called exactly?
The Stone of Eternal Grace.
Okay. Well, during our short rest, I open the cloth in which I have the stone, and I kind of move it around so it shines on the sunlight, trying to see if I feel anything, and I kind of get lost and lose track of time while checking the stone, and like lose myself in the reflection, and a few hours go by because I didn't really need it to rest anyway, so I kind of spend the whole time fiddling with the stone. And how much time does a tuning need?
Just 1 hour.
1 hour, all right. And then as I get more familiar with it, it starts to sort of rumble in my hands, and then suddenly something clicks in me, and the stone pops up in the air, goes around my ankle, and starts rotating around it. How big is it?
It's a little smaller than a fist.
All right.
Unless you're Macy, then it's a little bigger than a fist.
All right. So I can cleanse my hand around it?
Yeah. I mean, you'll be able to see it through your hands, but yeah, you
can. Okay, you can. Okay. Just trying to visualize in the sense of where it's going to float around. Right.
I would like to change my answer. Because I'm looking at it, it was created by the Titan who bore the Olympians.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to give it +2 to spell attacks and saving throws also. It's a legendary item, it should do it.
Oh.
It should benefit everybody. I might regret that later, but that's what we're doing.
Did you say save throws? Or you mean the spell DC?
Spell DCs, yes sir, sorry.
Oof. That's pretty good. I need to change to some more offensive spell things right now.
Nope, no need.
And yeah. And is there any way for me to know what spell is stored in it?
You can't identify the spell that's in there, but you believe it's a spell from Artemis.
Okay, and how does the spell storing works?
You can imbue the stone with the spell if you're attuned to it and it's empty. To do so, you cast a spell while holding the stone. The spell is stored in the stone instead of having any effect. The spell must require either 1 action or 1 minute or longer, and the spell's level must Must be no higher than the stone's maximum.
What do you mean, the stone's maximum?
The stone can store up to 3rd level spells. So 3 level 1s, 1 3rd level,
Okay.
a level 2 and a 1.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, good.
Well, I picked up a spear and a pick. And I have a spear I haven't gotten the thing identified on. Can I get those words translated during the short rest?
Yes. Have her do the other one first. The older one.
The old spear.
The old spear.
Or the second spear he carries.
Yes.
We've got like
Have her...
4 of these fuckers now.
Yeah, I made it pretty. You can have Outdora translate the older spear you have.
Hello, Governor. Okay, so you want me to read it?
I mean, you don't have to. You can tell him, oh, that's cool, and then hand it back.
That's cool. I'll hand it back to you. I'm kidding.
Oh, dang. That's kind of mean.
This is the spear of Eleusis.
Sure.
Ellipsis.
Yeah.
Is this a
That
spear
one.
of ellipsis?
Eldora shall. Ow. I just hit my hand. Eldora will start reading the writing that is on the spear. Mortal, stand tall as the oaks and fierce as the storm. For the strength of Olympus flows within you, let no fear shake your resolve. No darkness dim your light. Honor the gods with your courage, and the world shall tremble at your might. Eldor will hand the spear back.
In the middle of combat, they seem to like to make you say a excessively long sentence.
That's not a command word to use it. That's just like a motivational thing on there. Otherwise, he couldn't have used any of the spears before because he doesn't speak Celestial. If you hand her the pick, then she can translate that one.
I'm starting to feel useful.
Just now, it wasn't the mass cure wounds earlier that kept Malachi from dying, or, the other time that
Blowing
you
up a demon.
blew up a demon, any of those times.
Did the other spears have a name attached to them, or were they just Zeus spears? I forgot.
They were just spears.
Okay, so this is the only one that's named?
Yes. I started naming them because I had more time on my hands.
Eldora will read the writing on the pick. Be on top, as I am atop Olympus unyielding, proud, and charged with purpose. Let no storm shake your resolve, for within your crackles the lightning of the gods. And then it's the spear.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
3rd spear.
Guys, how many items did you get?
We picked up a spear and a pick. And I just
Huh.
never got that last other spear translated.
I see. Okay. Grip your spear as I grip the storm. Firm, fierce, and without fear. Let your strike be the lightning that splits doubt, and your stance the thunder that shakes the earth.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I appreciate your translations, Eldora.
Oh,
Does anybody
you're
want
welcome.
more lightning spears? I know Eldora carries one. I have 3 of them now.
Lightning's not really my flavor. I'll pass.
You don't like that blue raspberry zap zap?
What the fuck?
No, I work with a little bit darker, or I don't know, sometimes greener energy. Also, spears. Never been a huge fan of spears in general.
You prefer black licorice and green apple, I understand.
I put the stone back into the cloth, and I go to Kirky, and I present it to her and say, I really think this will serve you much better than I.
Yeah, give her a higher to hit so she can blend her more.
Becca doesn't want the crystal because I have too much already.
I am afraid of Kiriki if she gets this. But I also don't actually care. I'm just messing with you.
I just think it's too much of a waste on Castor.
Who would the
Don't
crystal
say
be
that about
good with?
yourself.
I appreciate the gesture, but I I don't know. I don't really feel worthy of something like that.
If I may, does anybody want it?
That too.
Yeah. In his mind, because he realizes what it does, and Kirky, in his eyes, is the one that's both a fighter and someone that casts spells. So it seemed like a good fit.
Yeah. To be fair, the
and
entire
she saved
party
him
does
like
that.
twice.
Yeah.
The entire party does that except Andrak.
Andrak. Yeah, so.
Well, yeah, okay. Mace is also mainly a healer or like support kind of. This is for a pure damage class.
Mm-hmm.
What about Malachi?
Malachi won't touch the thing.
I mean,
it's pretty.
Honestly speaking, Kirky has been much more effective than me.
That's not true. When Malachi hits, he does a good job.
No, that's
when
true.
Malachi
That's true.
hits,
That's true.
he does like 90 fucking damage.
Malachi hits
Yeah.
like a tank and gets squished like a bug. Just saying, you should
Glass
definitely
cannon.
give it.
Yes, but in the eyes of Castor, Malachi, he had to get Malachi up from almost being dead like 6 times already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And-
I'm saying Malachi
Kirky
hits like a
saved-
truck, but
Yes, and Kirky saved Castor a couple of times, so in his eyes, he's much more competent than Malachi. Because they don't see numbers there. They see, okay, you both hit, but you fall and she doesn't.
yeah. And also,
I felt a
if
lot
he
of
offered,
that.
and also if he offered it to him, Malachi would just be like, I don't want to touch that thing. He's not fucking around with
Even
weird shit from the
funnier,
gods.
technically, everybody except I think Aldora and Andrak have fallen at some point in the maze. So, I mean, I think Aldora would be a good fit, but that really depends on how many attuned items she has too.
Malachi
But
looks up from his book, kind of overhearing a little bit of this, and says, Kirky, you're literally the most devoted person here besides Castor. I'm sure that it'll be fine if you take the thing. No offense, Aldora. I know you love your goddess and all that, but Kirky literally lives and breathes Hecate.
Guys, I don't want it. It doesn't feel fair.
I don't want it.
Why don't you randomly roll?
I would just
Yeah,
like
we
to
could do
say,
it.
in terms of feeling
mean-
fair, I have a weapon that does 3d6 points of damage to demons specifically. So, sometimes things are
I
a little
think-
offset.
I mean,
I feel like I
I'm
don't do
saying
much.
it is between Aldora and Kirky. I think it might be better for Aldora because Aldora actually has spell slots. Kirky doesn't have spell slots, from what I know.
But yeah,
I don't have spell slots.
if you guys aren't worried about it, then just roll it. Yeah, do like a d4 and 1, 2. It's Kirky.
Kevin, why do
3,
you hate
4.
the idea of Aldora having it so much?
I don't. I mean, like if Aldora wants, she can have it. I was just saying.
I guess I could hold on to it.
Yeah, I pass it over. I respect the consensus.
And whoever decides whether they do. Well, never mind. It would be an attunement item.
I have a question. What happened to the big greatsword that
It was
Palace had
Oh, that
kidnapped?
sword. Yeah, where's
It was left in the hallway.
She didn't want it, huh?
She's a water person.
Could
It's on
I have
fire.
retroactively picked it up? Because if I
Yeah.
knew she dropped it, I would 100% have picked that motherfucker up.
Okay.
I thought maybe she still had it. I wasn't sure. I didn't know she dropped it. That's why I asked.
No. Like, part of her hair is burnt off. And so you're looking at her and you can see her hair's a little bit lopsided.
She boiled a little bit.
Yeah. She's like, I don't want nothing to do with fire.
She's the opposite of Rasmir, remember?
Oh no,
She,
our girl.
but she too will die because she's insane.
She's not insane. She's happy.
Happiness is the first step to insanity, Todd.
Yeah,
Anyways, does this funny sword have any writing on it?
it just says an abyssal. It says something, you can't really read it. If you hold it up to Malachi, across the blade, it's actively on fire. But if you look real hard and you like tilt the blade, you can see infernal writing in the center of it. And it says, Becca,
Get fucked.
there you go.
He holds it out for Malachi. He looks over it, squints a little bit. Get fucked.
That's very rude of you to say to me. I'm just asking what it says.
It says get fucked.
Oh, that is a very foul thing for them to write on a weapon.
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny.
I also
It
think
looks
it's kind
like-
of funny.
It looks like it's written so that only people who it's slashing at would actually be able to read it.
I will keep that in mind. The sword of get fucked.
1d8, like a normal longsword, no plus or minus. I don't know why I said minus, but no plus. But it does 3d8 fire damage.
Damn, that's a lot of fucking fire damage.
I like that Andrak is just turning into an arsenal. Just
I have 3 spears, a Zeus pick, and now a sword of get fucked.
I like that you just can like swap out weapons depending on the damage type is required for the fight.
He's like, let me get my bag.
Hold on, let me look through this. Do we need lightning damage? No, we don't need lightning damage. Cold damage, blood damage. He just picks up Kiriki and throws her.
Oh.
Kiriki, I choose you. Use whack. I do have a staff of striking still too.
I forgot about that. It's a +1.
That
right?
sounds like a good weapon for Castor.
No, Castor
which
has a
one?
real staff.
And my
staff-
staff is kited. It's the
His
best.
staff is the one that makes us go places sometimes.
Oh, I was like, the staff of striking still. I mean, if Andrak can have more than one weapon, why can't Castor?
Oh.
If Castor wants it,
He can have one for each hand, like he's skiing.
here we'll put.
Or old man power walking through a mall.
Yeah, power walking sticks is exactly what I thought
Let's start stacking the entire party, and we'll all start dual wielding. We'll be General Grievous times 6.
Join me.
I'm sorry, but there are effects that I need right now from you, Demetrius. Are you trying to tell me that old people also power walk through the mall there?
No,
Okay.
I just watch a lot of TV.
Oh, I was like, it is a worldwide phenomenon that needs
No,
to
it is
stop.
purely
I
American.
thought malls were dying. Like, all the malls I've been to recently are dead.
Even during
in the
the
US.
era of flourishing, the power walking thing never happened. Here we power walk in the nature. If we power walk, we don't power walk through a mall.
We don't have nature here.
There's like
Speak for yourself.
two of the closest malls to us are completely dead. They're dying.
Rip malls.
That's what I say
Anyways.
about our nature. This is Texas. It's just dry land.
I got
mean-
nature out the wazoo up here.
I know it's
To
so
be fair, U.S. nature is awesome, in general.
Here, if you want the staff of striking, that's the stats on it. Do you want it, Dimitri?
No. Look at the stuff. I show you what I'm keeping the one I'm having. I don't want the other stuff.
I was about to say, it's free. Isn't it a free action to swap weapons?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
part
you
of
just drop one.
they do it all
Yeah.
the time.
I
you
bonked
just-
once in 6 fights or 10 fights. I don't need an attacking weapon.
I will hold on to the staff of striking for now. Then
It's okay. I'll just remember, and if anything happens to Kiriki, I'll come back as a monk.
perfect. All right. Well, we've sorted that problem, and Andrak is a walking arsenal, like all fighters. I think this is the curse of the 5e fighters: become walking arsenal.
It's not a curse. It's a gift. Hey, short rest. Actually, is it even a short rest anymore? Like, y'all been sitting there talking about the staff, swapping stuff out, talking about the stone. This is probably a 2-hour rest at this moment.
It's fine with me. I ate my gilded corn, Todd. Did that give me anything cool?
Yes. Your movement speed is increased by 10 feet for an hour.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually really good. Aldora, are you attuning to the stone? Or are you just hanging on to it, quote unquote?
I'll attune to it.
Alright. So go ahead and spend some time reading all of that. Just remember +2 to your hits, +2 to your spell save DC. And then you have a store spelled in there. I don't know if Castor told you about the spell, or if he was just like, here you go.
I said everything that I knew about the stone.
Okay. So you both know that there's a spell stored in there by Artemis, but you are also not of the type to identify the spell, I don't believe. Hold on.
Is it Moonbeam?
That'd be funny. No. So you would not be able to identify the spell either.
Dang. Okay, because that was the part that I was a little bit confused on.
Yeah, you just know there's a spell stored in there by Artemis, but you don't know what spell it is.
And it just adds a +2 to hit.
Be able to.
Yeah, it's a +2 to a lot.
Yeah.
Plus bonus to attack and damage bonus. Okay.
Alright. Andrak, take the lead. Andrak and Kirki in front, Castor and Malachi in the middle, Aldora and Pallas in the back, anytime there is a 10-foot hallway. No.
Well, we wanted to go, I believe, north first.
Yes.
So to the north. Do we ever
To the left, to the left.
We did find the entrance all the way up.
Yep.
So
There's a left, a right, and then... Oh, no, that's going the other direction. Yeah, no, that's the right direction, right? Yeah, it's just a long-ass hallway. And then a right, and then another left.
So if you go all the way to the end of the 15-foot wide hallway, back to where you fought the frogs, and you take a right, go around that corner, take a left, like he said, go into that room that's kind of 20 feet by about 30 feet, and then there was a split there. One hallway to the right, which was along the wall or the outside of the labyrinth, and then there was a small hallway to your left. Well, I say small, but it was 10 feet wide. And that was the one that you guys did not go to because you wanted to map the grove. So you see this hallway in front of you, this grove hallway. It looks like it goes down about 85 feet before it curves off to the left. Are you feeling brave?
we're going forward.
Did you? When you get to the end of that hallway, it turns left. And you know what's down there?
Another hallway.
Another
hallway.
left turn!
God damn it, we're NASCAR again.
Woo!
Let's go.
It goes about 115 feet. It's a long, beautiful, albeit, hallway. Grove that's bright and green, great, brilliant, growing grass, lush, high sun above, a mild temperature of about 70 degrees. I think that's around like 55 Celsius, I don't remember.
All of us, I don't think any of us know Celsius except for Dimitri. Do you know Celsius?
Yes, I know Celsius. How much did you say?
Damn it.
It's like
25?
51. What is 51 degrees Celsius?
Death.
Wait, I'm sorry. 31.
31 is a very hot summer day.
That's Texas for
Not
me.
very hot. It's an above average summer day.
Oh, that's actually legit less than our temperature here. So
31, yeah, that's like what, like 70 or 80? Somewhere in
yeah,
there?
it's mid 80s. Yeah,
Mid 80s, yeah.
Actually,
not
isn't
bad.
too hot here.
it is about 22 degrees Celsius. 22 degrees Celsius.
Back in Texas again.
Yeah, you take a left, another long hallway. Take another left. Guess what?
Another long
It's
hallway.
another long hallway.
21 degrees Celsius is 70 Fahrenheit.
There you go. We're there. We got
That's
there
nice
eventually.
and cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
nice.
the sun's above, but it's decently comfortable. It's just a lot of walking at this point. Now, I'm assuming that you guys aren't running or anything. So how are y'all moving through here? Are you trying to be quiet at all, or are you just like, fuck it, I'm a boss?
You guys see that?
I mean,
Oh.
fuck it,
Whoops.
I'm a boss, but I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
Andrak's just taking the lead, ready to fuck shit up.
There's nothing there for you to worry about.
Oh, I totally didn't see that mystery token behind the wall.
It would appear I did not draw the walls very well in this.
I wasn't looking, so I actually didn't see what they're talking about.
One of the DM
Don't worry about
tokens was like leaning over.
Pay no
Speaking.
attention to the man behind the curtain.
Stuck his hand through the wall trying to grab us as we passed.
Oh,
got you.
Come here.
At the end of the hall, Another left turn.
By this point, Malachi, like, throws his head back slightly and he's just like, gods above, so many spiraling hallways. Did they really have to do this?
I think it's a prank.
Somewhere out there, you feel like somebody's going, hey, this is going to annoy them.
Turning the corner, going forward.
Better be fucking demons at the end of this or I'm gonna be pissed.
Another left turn. You do feel like the left turns are getting shorter and shorter.
We've been spiraling out of control. Okay, just spiraling.
Out of control.
A lot.
You go down. Castor, your passive perception. You hear heavy but slow footsteps around the next left turn.
I stop the others and mention it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You hear something?
Yes, heavy footsteps after the next curve. More of our
Good.
friends. And I do the air quotes.
Oh, good. Well, Andrak, Kiriki, you're in the lead. By all means, lead us up there. If you want to go stealthily, I'm fine with that. And there she goes.
I'd recommend going up quietly so that we can try to get as close as possible before we bolt at them.
Or
If
we
you
let
are
them come
wanting-
to us.
That is true. I could step out and try to lure them in with you all ready
Malachi-
to attack.
Malachi summons his scythe. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Alright, I can attempt to lure them in. Are you all ready?
Palace will hold up her hand. Excuse me.
What?
May I have a spear, please?
Sure. He will throw her a spear.
She'll like catch it and not very well. Thank you.
Use
Did
it
she
well.
not get a trident?
She doesn't have a trident. She just has the short hooked spear.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know why I thought she had a trident.
I think she wants to throw the lightning spear.
Oh, that's
Well,
fine.
she can't throw the hooked spear, and she doesn't want to throw her short swords.
She could also, use it for reach to attack from behind somebody.
They don't have reach.
Spears don't have reach?
No.
Oh.
Weird,
Maybe I'm
right?
thinking of
She just-
maybe I'm thinking of pikes.
I
You
don't
are.
actually know.
I believe you are. 'Cause
Pikes
they're
and
two-handed.
glaives. Yeah.
Alright, that will decrease me down by one Zeus spear.
You'll get it
Sure.
back in a second. Don't worry.
He's gonna round the corner.
You see this red-furred, red-tinted, demonic gorilla, and it looks like he's sniffing the wall, and he like stops, looks up, looks at you. Human. Roll for initiative.
Do 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 do.
Everybody.
Oh yeah.
What if I
Perfect.
don't? What
Red
happens?
lines playing in my mind.
I mean, you can chill if you want.
And because we rolled for initiative without any uses of fighting spirit left, I get a free use of fighting spirit back.
Hell yeah.
I thought you get those on short rest.
Nope, those are the only resource I don't get back on short rest. I get
Alright.
Indomitable, Second Wind, Action Surge, all of those back, but not Fighting Spirit. But
Ew. You get action surge back on short rest.
yep,
That's cheating.
I know, right? I felt like that should have been a fucking long rest thing, but no, it's a short rest.
Speaking of cheating, Kiriki, what did you get?
Huh? I have 15.
Good. Ha! Castor.
23.
Damn. All right. Malachi.
A 17.
Nice. Would it be solid? Aldura?
Got 16.
Andrak.
5.
Oh, buddy.
This was fully intentional. He was trying to get them in so that they could do stuff.
Castor, you are the first to go.
Yippee.
I mean, you're around the corner, so I don't know what you want to do.
I will move behind the big man. Oh, hello there. Have we fought them before?
Yes.
It's the gorilla.
Oh, it's the cannon fodder.
Yeah,
Alright.
hit him with your
I
cannon
mean-
already.
Yeah, you
Yes,
see another
bud.
long hallway. It looks like it goes down pretty decently far, but not as long as some of the other ones. Only about 50, 55 feet. and then turns left again. But there's this little gorilla. Looks like he's facing the wall, and his head's turned towards Andrak.
I will attack him with a thorn whip. 28 to hit.
Oh, Jesus, yes, a 28 hits.
It has 11 points of damage in a 2d6. And I pull it 10 feet closer, so it doesn't run towards the
All
other
right.
direction.
That hurt him. Is there anything else you would like to do?
And I cast the lily, just in case.
Oh, okay. Your staff. Do. Next, it is actually the demonic gorilla's turn. Andrak,
Heh.
would you please make an intelligence saving throw?
Is this a spell?
It is a spell.
Is this a single target spell?
I believe it is. No, it is a single target spell, so you have advantage.
Well, I also have to roll something else that has yet to come up. That's an 11. And that's under a 25. That means it's dispelled immediately.
Okay. Remind me.
The sword. After the Delphine fight.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oof, that's been a long time.
Yeah, almost no single target spells target Andrak.
That's true. Alright. You see, he yells out something in Abyssal. He says, "Fear the abyss." And you see this demon start crawling up out of the ground, but then it seems to just fade away, like it was an illusion that got interrupted. And then he just kind of tilts his head. Then he turns and runs.
He's running away.
It would appear so. Malachi, it is your turn. This guy is now, I believe, 40 feet away from you.
Okay. Malachi uses some movement to get onto the other side of Andrak, looks and sees this gorilla thing beginning to run, and says, "Hey, you stupid fuck!" And then runs after him. He's going to move up a little bit closer, using some of that extra movement speed that he has gained from eating some corn. And then he's going to blast him twice with some Eldritch Blasts.
Pew pew!
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask what the mushroom gave me.
Ooh, that's a natural 20 for a 33.
Ooh. Here, roll it.
Let me roll that D100 just to see what happens here first.
Mushroom, you gain advantage on nature checks for 1 day.
Meh.
Meh. 41.
41.
Fuck, I don't know.
And you want to use the spell casting, right?
Yes, sir.
You have a temporary 1d4 bonus to your spellcasting ability modifier for 1d4 rounds.
Ah.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh no.
1d4, 2.
2. So you get +2 to your spellcasting ability modifier. So +2 to your charisma, I believe.
It's plus. Can you reread the effect? I thought you said it was +4.
You have a
Oh, no, it's-
temporary 1d4 bonus to your spellcasting ability modifier for 1d4 rounds.
So it's the modifier, so it's essentially +4.
Okay, and then I have to roll another d4 for the amount of rounds.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, only 1. So +2 to my spellcasting modifier for 1 more round.
Well, that increases damage, saves, everything. To hit.
Yes.
Which decreases your next to hit by 2.
I'm going to add 2 to that real quick. Okay.
Which is gonna suck, because this guy has insanely good AC. Like, he's real hard to hit.
Got a plus. You should also roll your damage too.
Yeah.
Nope, no need.
I'm going to roll for my second attack real quick so I can just throw all that damage together. It's 29 to hit for the second attack.
Shockingly, that hits.
That would actually be a 31.
Oh, yeah, 31.
I don't think that hits anymore. I think you're too high.
Yep.
Plus,
He has a range AC.
36 points of damage.
Oh no, this poor guy. Okay, he's still alive, but holy shit, that hits him in the back of your shoulders.
These two spectral versions of Malachi with skeletal faces look literally like Grim Reapers, charge out and just do scythe swings on him as they pass by. That's Malachi's turn.
Oh, man. All right. Aldora, it is your turn. Where are you? Oh. Ooh, you are about 20 feet from the corner, and then about 35 more feet after that. So you're a good bit away from this guy.
It would take me just enough to get over on the other side of Castor.
Yeah.
But then that'd be all of my movement.
All right, now's your chance. Blast them all.
I can attempt that, but no promises.
He does look hurt if you want to toll some dead. Wait, what's the range on that? Ah, never mind.
60.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, yeah, I am good?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
You're good.
I will actually do that. So I was not sure where they all were. But yeah, I'll do Toll of the Dead. Target must make a wisdom saving throw.
He's quite wise. Oh, yeah, he does actually have a bonus.
What?
That is 21 total. What?
You just got that +2 bonus, too. You're rolling
Yeah.
21s there, Todd?
Yeah.
It would still have passed if you rolled a 21.
What's your spell save DC now with that bonus?
19.
That's wicked. It's unfortunate, but it's okay. Don't waste anything on this guy. I talk a lot of shit, but he really is about to die.
Good. Because now Aldora's upset.
Kirky, you see Outdoors upset. Go kill this thing, make her happy.
Where did it go?
It went around. Well, it never came back here, but you heard it yell out, and then everybody seems to be chasing it.
Oops, excuse me, I'm just gonna squeeze past everybody. I still I have to zoom out because it went. Where did it go?
It
Damn.
is
Let's
in
wait
front
on
of
the
you.
home.
Yeah, it's about 30 feet from where
I think
you are
I got
now.
can get about here? No, one more. I can get about here. Because 10 foot of movement. I took a lot to squeeze past the entire party. I could use a spell.
Bet you won't.
I could throw a spear. Kiriki draws blood from her thigh and throws a blood spear.
Oh.
Let me hurt
Let's
myself.
see what you got.
Oh man, that's so nice, only taking 2 damage, but also kind of sucks because the spell requires me to take damage to do damage. Alright, let's see. Okay. Let me see if I can hit it before I look at the damage stuff. Nope, that's a 10. It whiffs it.
Spear goes by it, but it's already running in fear, and then this bloody spear flies by it. Malachi yells out in abyssal, "This isn't what I wanted."
You shouldn't have shown up, you idiot.
Once again, how most people feel when they're around Kiriki.
I'm sorry.
This guy just showed up to work one day, and now he's getting chased by a bunch of maniacs, throwing weapons and ghosts at him through a hallway.
Ghosts, blood spears.
Trying to burn him with
Bells.
radiant energy. Or
Worst
necrotic
day at
energy.
work ever.
Whips that are made of fucking vines and shit. And that big fucker hasn't even moved yet.
Kiriki, is there anything else you would like to do?
No, that's the end of my turn.
All right. After that, Palace is going to run and then kind of like dive roll between Castor and Andrak, and then stand up on the inside and keep running, pivoting. She's going to curve to the left. She can go, "Excuse me," and then she's going to use her momentum to try to throw the spear at this thing. Oh, hey, 22 to hit. So she does 9 points of damage to this thing as you see this spear just kind of like go into its back. And she like kind of jumps up a little bit and claps. She's like, got it! But it is still alive. Spear sticking out its back. And I believe that's the end of her turn. Andrak, it is your turn. It is 35 feet away from you, I believe.
Harambe is trying to run from me. That's not okay. So he's going to take the dash action. Not a commonly used action here in D&D 5e, but he will. And he's going to run. He's going to squeeze past Palace, squeeze past Kiriki, pass by Malachi, and he's going to get in front of the gorilla.
Uh-oh.
Where it's running. And just stop there. Like, where you going, bitch?
It almost looks like it's crying.
And he's going to stop right in front of it. Now he's between a rock and a lot of hard places.
Poor fella.
But as that is my turn, that will be my turn.
All right. Castor?
Yes,
Top
sir.
of round 2.
I will go a bit closer, and I will throw another Thorn Whip, because if I don't kill it, the attack of opportunity from Andrak will.
Sure. Roll to hit.
16?
Will hit.
Ooh.
Hey, you might be able to kill it if you roll high.
6.
Nope. It has less than 10 hit points, though. This thing's
And I-
bleeding all over the place.
Pull it 10 feet towards me so it gets out of Andrak's melee range. So Andrak can do an attack?
No, you can't get attack of opportunity against a creature that was forced out of the spot.
Yeah, it has to be a willing movement.
Oh, damn it.
Don't worry, Andrak's
Does,
blocking its escape.
Does it come into my melee range? Can I make an opportunity attack as it approaches me with my scythe?
Did it do it willingly?
Same rule effect.
Is it the same thing? Is it an attack of opportunity?
It's a polar
yeah,
master,
yeah, it is.
though.
It's okay.
It does say specifically when creatures provoke an opportunity attack.
It's okay, Dylan. I can translate for Kevin. Why you can't do that?
Oh, okay, cool.
Kevin does the best Aussie accent.
That was supposed to be Aussie?
The specific wording is
Yeah.
it does specifically say other creatures provoke an opportunity attack when they enter the reach, but I believe that means willingly.
Same
But
thing.
no, there is a stable, because I'm reading as well. Opportunity attacks cannot be provoked by forced movement. All opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite all right. He's closer to me, though. That's still bad for him.
Yeah, it's his turn.
If he tries to run from you, he provokes an opportunity attack from you now, though.
Yeah.
You sound so sad.
This thing bleeding, hole in its back.
He's really channeling the character in the moment.
He's missing fur on his legs from this thorn whip, dragging him around twice now. It looks around, looks down the hall at the big guy, looks back towards the group, and he says, as he charges at... You know what? Let's do... 1, 2, 3. Andrak, Malachi, or Kiriki. 1d6. He's going to charge at Andrak, because why not? He's going to keep going down the direction he was. He looks around pleadingly, and he says, I'm only part-time. As he
And that
runs...
procs a opportunity attack from me as he leaves my threatened range.
Yep.
Good night, sweet prince.
If you hit, natural 1.
26.
Damn. Yeah.
Technically a 28,
Okay.
it's still the same round, I believe. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Fuck.
That's a weapon attack. And also 25 points of damage.
Well, he had 6, so yeah, he did. So Andrak, he yells out in Abyssal as he charges towards you, and then Malachi just cuts him down from behind as he like slides a couple of feet to be at your feet.
I'd like to imagine he begins to run, and Malachi just reaches the scythe around at full reach and hooks it around his neck, using his own momentum to chop off his head.
Oh shit. That escalated. I like it. You guys are out of initiative.
I think all he did that entire encounter was move back and forth.
He wasn't the brightest one in the bunch, that's for sure. But these ape-looking things never really are.
No, they seem to be fodder, as we've said.
Wait,
Anyways,
you guys,
what was that, Aldora? You're kind of far back there. You're gonna get closer so we can hear you.
Yeah, come by. Regroup,
you guys
everybody.
certainly brought the fear of the gods into that one.
Should have had the fear of the gods coming in here to begin with. I mean, he certainly couldn't have expected invading a godly place would be good for him.
Well,
They
that's
aren't
fair.
exactly. They aren't exactly smart. I wouldn't put it past them to not.
God.
Shall we continue?
Right, well,
Regroup.
yeah, let's keep going.
Andrak will wait at the corner for everybody to regroup with him.
You head around the corner. In 10 feet, guess which direction you need to go.
Left?
Oh my god, you're so good at this! However, under a twist of events, things have changed. As Andrak finds at the end of this next hallway, it's a right.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck!
How will
wasn't
he
prepared for
handle
this.
Does he know what to do? Will he live? Find out in 40 feet.
He is walking. This is strange. It shifts back around.
Huh?
Look, it's a right turn. This is a strange twist.
They're really mixing it up, aren't they?
Yeah. He looks down the hallway. Oh dear
It
God.
looks like it goes down about
No,
70 feet.
Oh dear God. They just made
Maybe
it.
whoever was building this grove, they got 6 left turns in and then finally decided, oh, maybe a right turn would be fun.
This is
There's
the worst.
more right turns.
The
I hate this
worst
so
part
much.
is that we have to walk it back afterwards.
No. Why did you say that?
Oh fuck.
Andrak.
Andrak has his head facing upwards as he realizes they have to walk all the way back around this shit again. He doesn't notice in time as they round the corner.
As you step around the corner, you see one of these bulls, and it looks like it's eating the grass.
Oh shit.
And then it looks up, and you see it snorts out as it begins to charge. Everybody, please roll initiative.
Can it
Please,
please hit
can it-
Andrak again? I
Oh
will
my
allow it
God.
to get a surprise round on Andrak for that.
I do hope it hits.
Let
I
him.
will see
no.
if its passive perception gets it a surprise round. I really doubt it.
There's
You
a
never
thing
know.
in the new Monster Hunter games, right? Called Power Clash, and it's when the hunter literally holds back the monster. So I really would just like a power clash between Andrak and one of these one day.
Its passive perception is an 8, so no. You walk around the corner, and it looks up, and it's like,
Huh?
big. They don't speak, so I was deciding how to do that. He just goes, oh.
Castor really threw Andrak off, as if he's not always rolling the same fucking number.
Yeah, we
Actually-
didn't roll too hot on this cycle.
He got a pretty good initiative, I'm going to be honest. Castor,
That's good.
how'd you do? You got top last time.
Yeah, I got bottom this time probably, or near the bottom. 6.
Ooh. Yeah, you're probably right. Malachi?
9.
Aldora.
You'd be surprised, but I actually got 20.
Holy shit, what is this roll coming to?
But,
Kiriki?
I got a 15.
Again. Oh, whoops. Oh. Ooh. Pal's got 12. Andrak.
5!
Wow, I didn't have to change you or Kiriki. Aldora, it is your turn. You're at the back, but you see Andrak looking up as he looks annoyed, and he looks down, and he stops all of a sudden. Andrak, you can say something if you'd like to. 3, 2, 1.
There's a bowl.
You hear him say, "There's a bull."
Again?
I think everyone's bracing to watch it impact Andrak, to be honest.
This is like the first time where I'm like, I kind of am tempted to pass my turn just to watch this.
If you don't pass your turn, you could buff people, but there's not much else you could do, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not really. Here, I'll do one thing. I'll help Andrak out. Okay?
Sure.
I'll cast Shield of Faith on him.
That gives him a +1 AC, right?
+2.
Oh, that sucks. Alright.
Aldor will give Andrak a thumbs up and she'll end her turn.
Alright, after that, it is the bull's turn.
Yes!
He's only 30 feet away, so he can do everything he can do, which I am slightly refreshing. Okay, okay. He is going to charge towards you. Does a 24 hit?
That hits, yeah.
Okay, please make a strength saving throw.
Huh. Oh wait, I didn't roll twice. Never mind. 16.
Interesting.
Because it was not a magical effect, right?
No. He's magical, but only because he poops rainbows. This thing charges at you. Fire in its eyes, fire in its breath. Huge! This thing is immense. But it charges at you, and it knocks you over as it gores into you. Doing... I didn't roll it because I figured it was going to fail. Hold on. -2 divided by 2. 10 points of piercing damage as you're hit with these horns. And it knocks you prone. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
Alright. And he does... Oh, Jesus. -2. 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he stomps on you. But that's the end of his turn. Kirky, it is your turn. You saw that happen. You saw, for the first time, Andrak got knocked down.
Yeah,
He's
we're
distracted.
Kiriki's gonna move around and stab the bull.
Right. Sorry, it took you 30 feet a movement to get to the next square. You can't reach him?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
The first two swings are 29 and a 26.
Yes, that hits the bull.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you me?
I'm looking at this abyssal breath. I really want to use it.
That's so cool. I have a bag of sugar.
What's with the sugar today?
I'm
Top
sorry, but
10
without context.
sentences
13.
session so far.
Oh wait.
I have a blank book.
I missed a D.
I
I'm gonna
have a
use-
bag of sugar.
The
I'm
bag
sorry,
of
what?
You know what the bag of sugar's for.
I
You
know, but nobody else does, so it's funny.
So it's 13 plus 8 because I forgot to add one of my modifiers.
21.
Yeah, it's that.
All right. Did you off swing? Oh, I'm sorry.
I have not. I'm gonna do something I haven't done yet because it hasn't helped or been useful.
You're gonna math correctly?
No.
Just fired.
Next time anybody says anything as an argument to me, I'm just going to say, yeah, well, I have a bag of sugar and call it there.
If you understood, it makes sense.
This is much better.
I'm gonna read the offhand with my normal attack.
I'm
The
sorry,
math
you got what?
wasn't. The math wasn't working on. Oh wait, I already calculated the stuff. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. Kirki's gonna push up her mask and she's gonna bite the bull.
Okay.
She pushes it up and her jaw expands and she does a bite attack for 17.
To hit?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that hits.
Hell yeah.
It's a big bull. And it tastes like fucking steak. And because it's on fire, it's like a medium well done.
That's okay. That's 3 points of piercing damage, but 10 points of poison damage.
He is immune to poison damage.
Is he really?
He is.
Okay, well
Is
then
he
that's...
immune to embarrassment damage? Because he just got bit like an idiot.
Then it's just 3 points of poison, or 3 points of piercing damage. Damn, that 44 was wasted.
No.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No. This character wouldn't know that, because it's never used poison creatures on this one. But I was trying to remember, because Becca has seen it happen. Kirky has not.
I couldn't remember. There's a lot of monsters we fought.
Fair enough.
If
Trying to
you
remember
ever
all
are
of-
curious, you can ask.
Yeah, I can, but I didn't. Not this time. I'm usually pretty good about it.
That's fair.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Let's see here. Palace. Saw that happen. Palace gets her swords ready and she starts to run, but when she sees that, she just kind of stands there, and I'm going to skip her turn. She just like stands there, and Adora, you're right next to her, so you're the only one who really sees it, but she just stares. Malachi, it is your turn. I don't know if you've seen this. I know Andrak saw it because she did it to the dragon.
The bite thing?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, he's seen her eat people before, but I don't think he's ever seen her bite someone in the middle of combat, so
I didn't
he just
bite
kind of...
I didn't bite Delphine. Only
I thought
after
you-
when she ate her. That was the only part.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Andrak's the only one who saw it. Because he was...
Malachi moves. He sees this happen, mumbles under his breath to where probably only Castor could hear, and just says, "What the fuck?" And then squeezes between Castor and Andrak, and is going to take a couple of swings with his scythe on this thing.
Alrighty.
17 to hit for the first attack.
That hits the large bull.
And a 27 for the second attack.
Yes.
And 50 points of damage.
Jesus, dude. That's just unnecessary.
No, that's cool.
I mean, damn. Alright. That hurt.
Is he alive?
He is alive. He looks hurt, though. He looked like he was beefy before, but now he's just well done beef.
Okay. I think I'll let Andrak get retribution and just call that the end of my turn.
Alright. Castor, what would you like to do? It is your turn.
It is a little bit cramped here. Go here. How is the bull looking?
He looks bloodied. Like, he looks like he's pretty hurt.
Castor casts Cure Wounds on the bull.
Casts Throw Salt on.
You want to see a real fight? Healing word. No.
Rolls up his sleeves and goes to tackle the bull.
I will cast Confusion on the bull.
Welcome to Texas.
So you must roll a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save in the fucking bag. You want to know what his wisdom save is?
No.
-2. Wait. Actually.
If it's -2, you have to roll 19 or 20.
That's a 12. How'd he do?
He failed.
That's pretty much his life choices.
And then at the start of the creature's turn, you have to roll a d10, and then based on the outcome, I will tell you what it does.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be act normal every time. I really want to get that breath weapon off. Andrak, it's your turn. Bring up the rear.
Andrak stands up. Oh, it knocked me down. That's not fun. And I'm going to initiate a use of my fighting spirit, because fuck this dude. So I'm going to make all these at advantage.
Uh-oh.
First one's a 20 to hit.
Yes, sir, that'll hit.
Second one's a 23 to hit.
Yes, sir, that'll hit.
Third one, which will be a soft crit, is a 24 to hit.
And just steadily climb those stairs, aren't you?
Yep.
Hit,
First
hit,
two
hit.
together, 25 points of slashing from the first two,
He's pretty hurt.
and 25 more from the last.
He's very hurt. He doesn't look long for this world. Outdora? Oh, I'm sorry. Andrak, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nah, that's it.
All right. Outdora, what do you want to do?
I guess I'll help this time. Go up next to, or I guess actually behind Malachi, and sing. Toll of the dead. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw with this -2. Shabam! 11.
Fail.
No.
20 points of damage.
20.
See?
So he had 14 hit points. So what does it look like as Outdora kills this abyssal bull, this large creature that ran, tackled Andrak, stomped on him a little bit, and then Malachi really fucked him up.
Aldora will do a little snap of the fingers while kind of pointing, like extending her hand towards the enemy. A little chime noise will appear out of nowhere, somehow, and the little turd will explode.
It's very sassy. I like it.
A little turd will explode.
All right. She fire and the body fall over as
Like
the
the
head
whole
explodes.
thing or just his head?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole turd.
The whole turd. Nothing but the turd. So help me God.
Who's up for steak?
That's what I was wondering. Does it disappear?
Yeah, the meat's still there. It looks like it's real meat. You can see it kind of has that black blood in there, but because it has fire literally inside of its body, it looks like it burned off a lot of the meat. So he's pretty decently cooked.
Hey, we're at Texas Roadhouse.
But
Yeah,
like, does
represent.
it still have the same icky demon yuckiness that normal demons have?
It looks like it would if it wasn't on fire. Like the fire is kind of burning it away from the meat.
Okay, you watch as Kiriki's mask is still pushed up. Her cheeks are a little sunken in, and her eyes are a little like bagged, like purple underneath. And her eyes have turned, like the whites of her eyes have turned completely black, and she just starts gouging and like goring. She doesn't even care about the fire. I'll take fire damage. She's eating.
Oh,
She's
oh God.
eating
No.
this one. I didn't realize
Oh.
she would eat these creatures.
These are still demons, right? Is this bad? Should we stop her?
I don't know. Maybe we
Um,
should just make sure that we are safe before we.
I mean,
I will-
there's no stopping. I mean, you can try and stop her, but she's literally eating the. You know what? I'm gonna
go
let
to
you
the
handle that.
edge of the area and double check the corner of this hallway really quickly.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Let's
He
go this way.
slowly moves past Kiriki as she engorges on this bowl. Excuse me. Don't mind me. Just continue what you're doing. Thank you.
And Andrak will try to peek around the corner.
You see
Stealthily.
nothing but a hallway all the way down. It looks like it turns right at the very end.
Okay, we are clear.
Palace is going to watch Kiriki eat, like when you watch a snake eat, where you just like kind of hypnotized by watching it. That's what it kind of looks like. She's just standing there, like watching, like she's observing.
The first
Am I the
initial
only
fight.
one?
Go ahead.
Sorry, am I the only one that's worried about Pallas and her strange behavior?
How is it strange?
But we're just used
Malachi
to
has
Todd's-
been worried about Palace for sessions, entire sessions.
Yeah.
Becca remembers Palace from campaign 2. Strange behavior for Palace is not new, so Becca doesn't know what to pick up on.
She's
Yeah, sorry, if you would like to-
when Kiriki's blending, she's like next to her, go, yeah, you do that, yeah. And now she's eating, and she's like just watching.
I
She's
think
like the creepy kid in a horror movie.
I think Palace is in an awkward love triangle now.
With who?
Malachi and Kiriki, except neither of them love her or each other. She just loves both of them.
She's got a weird type, man.
She
Wow,
has a
that's
weird
very
type.
mean.
Edgelords.
Jesus.
Well, let's park it here for a second so Kiriki can get a meal, and then let's keep going. I suppose it's better the fucking bull than me.
I mean, will you make her sick?
I don't know.
Andrak's looking at Malachi's arm. We could find out.
Oh, that was so funny.
Kiriki stops eating and is like covered in like, I'm guessing like a black ichor around her face. I can't get sick.
Yeah, you say that, and then you eat demon meat. Next thing you know, suddenly you can get sick.
No, the first initial bite I had let me know that I could eat this. Other demons I would be cautious of.
Well, did you get enough?
Enough.
It was a whole cow.
I mean, enough to satisfy and enough not to have a problem with it later.
Good. I'm, all things considering, I'm just glad that you're sated and, ready for the next whatever we fall into.
Yeah, once she starts like wiping the blood and stuff around her face, you see her cheeks have filled back in, and the bags under her eyes have gone, and she just looks back to being weirdly pretty. So, for a hobo.
Okay, Malachi shudders and looks at Andrak. I don't know, man. I just don't know about all of this. This is weird.
Strangeness is not an uncommon sight.
Oh, that's right. I forget that you just take everything at face value. Never mind.
It is better to keep everything at face value until they want you to know deeper.
Kiriki pushes her mask down and like walk past Malachi and put her hand on his shoulder. If I go too long, I will frenzy and want to get hurt. So we should be grateful it is the bull and not you. Because she heard you and she giggled and like walked away.
Yeah. He just shakes his head and kind of hangs his chin down a little bit.
Don't worry, Malachi. I'm kind of in the same boat with you.
Yeah, except for you got a shell. There's more work.
In a crunchy little shell.
Palace stops and cuts off a little bit on the back above the leg, and then puts it in her bag.
Sure. That might as well happen, too.
It is quite good. I don't, it's not bad. But my taste buds are different, so I don't know. Don't trust me.
I'm not going to, thank you.
It is probably best. Are we all ready to continue, then?
Yeah.
Good.
Let's
go.
All right.
Jack will lead down the hallway.
Another right turn.
The creators
so
of
on
this
to
maze
right turns now.
is clearly
about 45 feet down.
Bad sense of humor.
It's a right turn. I know. This one's actually quite far. It looks like the hallway is getting very long again. This one's about 190 to 100 feet down, and then looks like it turns off to the right again.
Making our way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and we're home.
And we're homebound.
Terry Crews likes this song.
Sounds like a nice guy.
He's actually pretty great.
And he'll finally make it to the end.
All right. You turn right, and you see a chest. But it's not so much a chest as what is the best part of this. It's what's on the chest. You see a very bright light. You can barely see anything because of the light. It's almost like you're staring directly into the sun. It is insanely bright, and it almost seems like it dims slightly because there's a figure inside of this bright light that is moving. But the only glimpse you can get is it draws you in. It almost hypnotizes you, even from, and I'll put this out there. You are roughly 90 feet away from this chest. So from 90 feet away, it's still that bright. It's still that hypnotizing. You just see, the only thing you can recognize it as is absolute beauty. Like you want to stare at it, but it hurts. And it almost looks like this figure is positioning themselves to where you can't actually see them, so that maybe you won't be hurt. But you see this bright light wave its hand a little bit, and you see the lock on the chest unlock and kind of fall to the ground. And then this figure stands up, and this bright light fades away. And you are back to the normal grove and the normal afternoon sun. And you can see this chest that looks intricately decorated at the end of it. At the end of this hallway. There's no more turns, though.
Well, I'm no expert, but that looked about as close to a sign from the gods as you can get. Maybe this one we actually get to open and keep things from.
We can find out.
Next week.